You are watching Political Roundtable with UB. Like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments.
World heavyweight boxer Anthony Joshua. So it's no longer news that world heavyweight boxer Anthony Joshua was involved in an accident, a very brutal one that claimed the lives of two people that were close to him. Hello, beautiful people. This is Oluwatosin. You're welcome to the channel. Please tap on the like button, subscribe, and also tap on the notification bell so you don't get to miss any of our juicy content. Now, today's content is such a devastating report. When I saw it, I was so heartbroken because this could have been avoided. But then this is Nigeria, where everything seems not to work, like no systems in place and nothing in place to benefit the citizens in critical and emergency moments like this.
Anthony Joshua, kọ́ wá bó tẹ̀ ṣe máa gbóhùn bọ́lẹ̀ náà wọ́n gbóhùn náà bọ́lẹ̀ kọ́ tí ọkọ̀ gbé lọ sọ́sìpìtì kọ́ gbé lọ sọ́sìpìtì
even of politicians right now. I'm not expecting them to change, but I'm tired of the regular Nigerians who are more concerned about protecting the image of Nigeria. Let's not say anything bad about Nigeria. This has nothing to do with Nigeria. This is not the fault of Nigeria. And this thing happens every so often. And each time it happens, it is actually an opportunity for us as a nation to collectively advocate for real change. We're talking about something that may save your life tomorrow. Nobody is trying to paint Nigeria bad. But let's take a look at this accident. And this accident scenes don't look like this in other parts of the world. What do you see? The first thing that when you saw the accident, chaos everywhere, confusion everywhere. Let's start with the cause of the accident. The Federal Road Safety said that they were overspeeding and that they were trying to overtake on the right side of the road instead of overtaking on the left, on the expressway, that they were trying to overtake on the right. And so they hit this trailer, semi-truck that was parked there, stationary truck. And everybody is like, why would they want to overtake on the right side of the road? And then the commissioner of police in Ogun State said that what had happened was their tire burst and the driver lost control. And that's why they veered off the road and hit the semi-truck that was parked there, the trailer that was parked there. So it's possible that they were speeding and that their tire burst and then they went and hit the trailer that was parked there. I'm not saying that they should be speeding, not at all. But let's start from there. Is there any repercussion? Is there any measures in place for speeding in Nigeria? I'm not saying that Nigeria is the only place where people speed, but in other places, I know that you can get a ticket. I know that something is enforced. Do we enforce anything when it comes to speeding on the roads of Nigeria? Because if people know that, in Nigeria, when you speed, you get ticket, it's a lot of money, or you get some kind of repercussion, it will help people to check themselves. So you see, I'm not blaming everything on Nigeria, but this is what I blame on Nigeria. That truck parked by the roadside, if it wasn't there, it's possible that this accident wouldn't have been fatal. Why was that truck there? How long has that truck been there? If this was just an emergency stop for the truck, it's understandable. And in other parts of the world, if it's an emergency, the truck had to stop by fire by force. But how long has this particular truck been parked there? Because me, every time I go home, I see things like that a lot. I will see trucks parked along express road, not just the Lagos-Ibadan express road. If you are going to northern part of the country and you drive through the Mokwa Jeba Expressway, the trucks are not just on one side of the road, they are on both sides of the road. And I am talking about, you may see 100 trucks parked by the roadside. Now, the road is not good. The road is terrible. All these drivers are trying to avoid potholes, but there's really nowhere to go because the trucks are right there. Do you know how many people have died on that Mokwa Jeba Road? Do you know how many accidents happened there? That is number two. Is there any repercussion for truck drivers to just park along the roadside? Would anything change after this accident? I think it is very important for us as Nigerians to collectively condemn what needs to be condemned. Overspeeding, let us all condemn it. At the same time, while you are pointing at Anthony Joshua's team, while you are pointing at them for speeding, point at your government as well for not doing what they are supposed to do, because tomorrow it may be you. It may be your life that will be saved. Would anything change after this accident? Or tomorrow now, we will still be driving by Lagos-Ibadan Express Road and still see trucks parked by the roadside. And please stop saying they park by the roadside in other places. No, people don't just park by the roadside on highways here. In fact, they write it on so many highways: no parking, no stopping, unless you absolutely have to in case of an emergency and you don't stay there long. They can give you tickets. They can tow you away at any time. It's not allowed because they know it's a hazard. They know it is dangerous. It can cause accident. And that is exactly what happened in Nigeria. Not just that. Look at that accident scene. My God, accident scenes don't look like this in other parts of the world. First and foremost, there's always a huge crowd whenever there's an accident in Nigeria. In other parts of the world, the first thing that people do is call for first responders. Guys, not one ambulance, not one paramedic was on the site. These are people that have been trained to handle accidents. These are people that have been trained to take care of victims. You are not supposed to drag an accident victim, especially such a fatal accident that people died. You're not supposed to drag anybody out of the vehicle. You're supposed to wait for the paramedics, especially when people have been injured, because you never know what internal injury they may have. And if you move them the wrong way, it may make things worse. People are supposed to call for the emergency response team. And that is another thing that we all need to condemn collectively as a country. How many people know the number for emergency response team? Because they don't always show up. It is not available everywhere. Yes, it is available in Lagos. It's available in Abuja. But other parts of the country, what's happening? When are we going to get it together? Why can't people just pick up their phone and call 911 like people do in other parts of the world? The only reason that the people there, the crowd, they're not calling anybody is because nobody would come. And then I've seen some people say, well, it's the highway. Do you expect ambulance to come? Yes. The federal road safety that came, do they not work in hand with some hospitals? Do they not have like paramedics that they work with that they can call quickly that an accident just occurred on so. We are there right now. Make your way there. I don't understand. What is the point of the Federal Road Safety Patrolling if they cannot treat people? Because you need to understand why ambulance is very important, why paramedics are very important, why first responders are very important. In so many parts of the world, you call them within 5 minutes, they would have been there. And every second counts in such an instance. And I'm speaking from experience. I shared with you guys what happened when I was pregnant with my son and I was throwing up blood, a lot of blood, and my husband dialed 911. From the time that he dialed and the time that they entered our house, it was 4 minutes. It was 4 minutes and they carried me on a stretcher. That's another thing. You don't carry people by hand. You can do some internal damage. And for them to have him sit up in front of the police car, I was just like, what is happening here? There may be internal bleeding, there may be blood clot, there may be damage to the rib, there may be damage to the spinal cord. There a lot of things can go wrong, and I don't blame the people. They were trying to help. But if first responders usually arrive on time in Nigeria, then the people won't have to be doing that. Now, this is where the ambulance thing is very important. They came in with all kinds of gadgets to start treating me before even putting me on the stretcher. Guys, I was in the ambulance. They already put oxygen on me. They were giving me drips, putting injection in the drips, all inside the ambulance while they were trying to decide which hospital to take me because they kept saying I needed a surgery immediately. They had started treating me. And that is why ambulance is very important. That is why first responders are very important. Because guess what, guys? Those two guys that died. Guys, I have cried and cried for people that I don't even know. Lateef Ayodele, also known as Lads. The guy was Anthony Joshua's personal trainer. He was 36 years old. And then the other guy, Shinagami, he was a strength and conditioning coach. He was also 36 years old. I can't imagine what their family members are going through, their mothers, all their friends, all their loved ones. Please accept our condolences. These guys are just starting their lives, man. They're at the peak of their career. And then this happened. And you know, I was like, who declared them dead? I'm not saying that it's not possible that they died on the spot. But from the video that I saw, it looks like it was the witnesses, the people, the crowd. Like they literally just put them by the roads and there was no dignity at all. They probably were like, this one don't die, this one don't die. Who declared them dead? That is why we need paramedics. Those of you that are upset that we are talking about these things, it may be you tomorrow. I keep saying it. Let's come together and condemn what is wrong. This should not be the picture that the world will be seeing by now of Nigeria. Accidents happen everywhere, all over the world. Do you also not see videos of accident scenes? Do they look like that? Like what you saw in that video? Look at the crowd. That in itself is hazard, accident waiting to happen. Why do we have that many people at an accident scene on an expressway? What if one trailer loses control? It can just come and kill all the people that were there. It shouldn't be. If people know that first responders will come, they know to stay clear and allow first responders to do their job. But we did not see one ambulance the entire time. We did not see one paramedic. Who declared those people dead? Was there any effort to revive them? Did anybody feel for pulse? Did anybody carry out CPR? Did they put oxygen on their faces? Like, I'm just saying, the fact that somebody passed out or that somebody looks dead doesn't mean that they've actually died. I just feel like we didn't make efforts to not lose these guys. It shouldn't be. Now, it is that same video of the chaos that the whole world is circulating about Nigeria. People are asking, where was the ambulance? Where are the paramedics? Why is it the eyewitnesses that were carrying him? And then on top of it all, people brought out their cell phones to film as if they just found a cinema. What happened to us? as a people, that we would be more concerned to get content than to save lives. This thing happens every single day in Nigeria. The only reason it is getting this much attention is because Anthony Joshua is a British Nigerian 2-time unified world heavyweight boxing champion. And him and his friend, they are elites. That's the only reason that this thing is getting this much attention. It's sad. It's unfortunate that something like this would happen. And then when it happens, it's heartbreaking that so many of us are more concerned about protecting the image of Nigeria. If this were to be your brother, would you be talking about let's protect the image of Nigeria? Nobody is trying to badmouth Nigeria. And yes, accident happens everywhere in the world. But have we done enough as a country to prevent this kind of thing? Have we done enough? We have not. And it breaks my heart because despite all this atotono, all these videos we are making, we've been talking about this thing now for more than a decade. That is what breaks my heart the most. We still won't put emergency response team in place throughout the country, not just in Lagos. And this is what breaks my heart. Sometimes you feel like you're just doing all this advocacy for nothing. But if the government wants to prove us wrong on this one, which we would really appreciate, tomorrow announce the emergency response number that everybody should know. Don't just announce by the way. Show us the ambulances that you have prepared to respond along that express road. Accident happens a lot along that express road. This is not an isolated case. Let us know the hospitals along that route that you will work with, that they can take people. Do we even have oxygen tanks at all our hospitals along that route? Do they all have the machines that they use to shock the body to try to resuscitate somebody? And for God's sake, people need to stop saying Anthony Joshua only suffered minor injury. That is not for you to say. Anthony, I beg, go to where they will do all the proper testing for you. Do MRI, X-ray, do everything. Make sure there's no internal bleeding, there's no broken rib, because somebody can look all right physically and damage could have been done inside. Our deepest condolences to the families of his friends who decided to come with him to Nigeria to support him. They've been part of his career. All three of them are 36.
What is going on? I know it might be a little corrupt over there, but what the hell? You can't have medical attention for Anthony Joshua? He allegedly had to be flown back to the UK because y'all don't have proper medical care? What is going on? I'm sure y'all have a beautiful country, beautiful people, beautiful culture, but hell no, don't nobody need to be going over there. Nigeria will never see me. I'm sure it's a beautiful country, beautiful people, beautiful culture. But what do you mean there was a fatal car crash where 2 people lost their lives? Okay. Involving Anthony Joshua. He didn't die. He's not one of the people that died. A very powerful man, very famous Nigerian boxer who just won like $100 million in a fight. And he had to be helped out of a car by regular pedestrians. Okay, cool. But then he was allegedly put in a police car because there's no ambulance. What the hell is going on? Nigerians always talking about how they got so much money, how they're not dirt poor, this, that, and the third. They always flexing they G-Wagons, they Lamborghinis. Why don't y'all have proper medical care? What is going on? I know it might be a little corrupt over there, but what the hell? You can't have medical attention for Anthony Joshua? He allegedly had to be flown back to the UK because y'all don't have proper medical care? What is going on? I'm sure y'all have a beautiful country, beautiful people, beautiful culture, but hell no, don't nobody need to be going over there. Nigeria will never see me. I'm sure it's a beautiful country, beautiful people, beautiful culture. But what do you mean there was a fatal car crash where 2 people lost their lives? Okay. Involving Anthony Joshua.
All right. Welcome to Political Roundtable with UB. How is everybody doing today? I hope you are all having a blast. Today is 30th of December 2025. We have just one day away before we can say 2025 is history. However, when it comes to Nigeria, 2025 is one hell of a year. First off, let me know if you guys can hear me. Please, if you can hear me, drop one in the chat. Can you please drop one in the chat if you can hear me? 2025 is one hell of a year, and I'm so sorry. I would like to start this show by saying this prayer. May Nigeria not happen to you. All right? If you understand that prayer, can you please drop a 1 in the chat? May Nigeria not happen to you. May Nigeria not happen to your loved ones. May Nigeria not happen to your family and friends. And may Nigeria not even happen to your enemies. Because your enemy is also a friend to somebody. There is somebody who loves and cares for them. Nigeria happens to Anthony Joshua and his friends. Contrary to what's trending on social media right now, where a lot of people, the data boys, they are at it again. The data boys are of the opinion that, oh, why are these people always dragging Nigeria in everything? You guys don't have something positive to say about Nigeria. Why would you say this? Why would you say that? And in my mind, what I usually want to say is, can you shut the F up? Nigeria happens to Anthony Joshua. That's where I'm going to start this conversation. And if you haven't lived in Nigeria, there is no effing way you're going to understand what we're talking about. I have this popular saying that, hey, as far as you live in Nigeria, whether you are a billionaire, a trillionaire, or a singlenaire, or a kobonaire, you are all freaky poor people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for cursing, but when you monitor or follow some of the activities, some of the things that are going down in Nigeria, you can't help but to feel angry. So I said it. If you live in Nigeria, whether you are a millionaire, you are a trillionaire, or you are a kobonaire, a pennynaire, you are all freaky poor. Am I binu? Man, I know verse. Now waiting it be. Yes, you can live in the luxury area of Nigeria. I live in Banana Island, I live in Maitama, I live in this island. Shut the hell off. When it comes to infrastructure, when it comes to protection of lives and property, when it comes to at least valuing human lives, all of you are poor. In Nigeria, both the rich and the poor, they are all suffering together. I'm sorry. I know it sounds harsh. And I know right now some people will say, can this you be just at least pretend a little bit? Your channel is international now. Don't say this. Let's call it what it is. Everyone is suffering in Nigeria. It's the truth. When you compare living conditions in Nigeria, whether rich or poor, when you compare it side by side, what's going on, what's obtainable in the Western world, everyone in Nigeria is poor. We are just lying to ourselves. When you speak in terms of infrastructure, Nigerians are poor. Forget the I'm Adenuga, I'm Dangote, I'm Tinubu, I'm Sheyi, I'm this. Everybody is freaking poor. When it comes to healthcare, we are poor. Emergency response, we are so poor. Yes. And this Anthony Joshua accident revealed everything about what we'll be talking about. So this is going to be another hot topic on Political Roundtable. If you are here and you're ready to dissect it with me. I'm so ready. I already have my baby girl Abby in the studio. But let me start, and let me just start the show this way. If you look at the thumbnail, you're gonna see what I have up there. Let me show you. So my thumbnail says Tinubu APC tax reform, the Anthony Joshua tragedy. Is Nigeria a failed country? That's the big question. And the earlier we answer this question, the earlier we are sincere to answer this question, the better for all of us. Is Nigeria a failed country? That's the big question. So please join me as we dive into investigating what's going on with this Anthony Joshua incident. So first off, there are a couple of investigative questions we need to ask ourselves. We have to ask some of those questions on this show. For instance, what exactly happened during the accident involving Anthony Joshua? On what road and at what location did the incident occur? What time of the day did it happen? And what were the traffic conditions? Was AJ driving himself, escorted, or part of a convoy? Were there eyewitnesses? And have their statements been documented? Ooh. So we're going to explore all of that. We're going to look at the road and infrastructure conditions. What is the current condition of that road? Were there potholes, lighting, signage? Has that road been flagged previously for accidents or safety concerns? When was the last time the road was repaired or inspected? Which government agency is responsible for maintaining it? And why do major roads still fail safety standard despite heavy taxation? Let's talk about emergency response and medical handling. How long did it take for emergency responders to arrive? Was there a functional ambulance on the scene or nearby? Were basic trauma response protocols followed? Was Joshua treated locally or moved immediately to a private or foreign facility? Would an average Nigerian have survived under the same response conditions? This is the one I like the most. So anybody, data boys, I know you're gonna see this show. Pro Tinubu, pro APC, pro Tiwantiwa Ejashe, pro Nigeria is working. Stop demarketing Nigeria. Please help me answer this question whenever you get to see this video. Would an average Nigerian have survived under the same response condition? If Anthony Joshua were not Anthony Joshua, would this outcome have been the same? These are the questions I need you to help me make it make sense. So if we're talking about security escort and risk management, was there a security of police escort, and what was their role? That's a big question. Do we have any route risk assessment conducted before the movement? Who approved the route of private handlers of state security? Are celebrities and diplomats given different safety standards than citizens? Now, we're going to look at media accountability and public safety. Have federal or state authority officially acknowledged the accident? Did any government official visit the scene or issue a statement? What does this accident reveal about Nigeria's road safety crisis? How many ordinary Nigerians died yearly from similar preventable accidents? Where exactly are road taxes and transport budgets going? Pro-tax? My pro-tax people, I think that question is for you. Okay? Where exactly are road taxes and transport budgets going? And let's talk about media coverage and narrative control. Why was the accident initially downplayed or delayed in reporting? Did local media hesitate because of political pressure or reputation management? Was the narrative shaped to avoid embarrassing the government? Would the story have been handled differently if fatalities occurred? Now, let's not also forget the other aspect of today's coverage, which is, of course, Tinubu APC tax reform. What is the link? What are like the correlation between Anthony Joshua's accident and this new tax reform? These are the questions. Okay? We all know taxes are meant to fund infrastructure and safety. So under the tax reform promoted by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Nigerians are told that taxes will be broadened and enforced, revenue will improve roads, healthcare, emergency services, citizens must pay more for national development. Those are the rhetorics we get from the government. And the core question is, if taxes are increasing or being structured, why are critical public safety systems still failing? For the pro-tax people, these are the questions people like myself, we ask all the time. People have been paying taxes in Nigeria. Please, listen, my people. Sometimes when they promote this tax reform and stuff like this, they make it look like Nigerians weren't paying taxes. People are paying taxes in Nigeria. The figure will shock you. People have been paying taxes in Nigeria for ages. A lot of Nigerians do pay taxes. Question is, can the government, especially the Tinubu administration, can they tell us in plain terms how much were generated through taxation and how much were spent in improving infrastructures and benefiting the lives of Nigerians? These are the questions we're asking. So the team, oh yes, let Tinubu do it. Tinubu is trying. Yeah, but let them tell us first. Okay, I know you people have been asking, what are we going to do with tax? Why are we asking for tax? This is what tax has been doing for the past 30 years. This is the amount that were realized through taxation. And this is what they want and what they did with it. This project is through tax. That project is not through tax. Show us the data. And I bet you there is nothing to show. And that is why some of us will tell you this Tinubu tax reform is aimed at embezzling more money from poor Nigerians. Until the government show us otherwise, that is my take. So if we continue to examine Tinubu taxation and its correlation to the Anthony Joshua incident, let's talk about the Anthony Joshua accident and the gap that has been exposed so far. Okay, now when Anthony Joshua had the accident, attention immediately shifted to road conditions. Next, questions arose about emergency response time, and of course public debate focused on why basic infrastructure failed. The accident became a real-life stress test of what taxes are supposed to fix. Now, the tax service accountability chain, tax reform logic, according to government claim, is simple. Pay taxes, government collect, infrastructure improve, citizens are safer. Now, the reality by this accident exposed that roads remains dangerous. Emergency services are slow or inadequate. Outcomes depends on status, weight, or access, not public system. This is where the policy contradiction lies. So, unequal outcomes highlight the problem that Anthony Joshua likely had immediate access to private medical care, security coordination, and of course, rapid evacuation options. Now, what happens if this is an average Nigerian who is also paying the same taxes? First, an average Nigerian will be faced with delayed ambulances, poorly equipped hospitals, fatal outcomes from similar accidents. So, tax reform without service delivery deepens inequality. The big question Nigerians are asking is, if taxes are increasing, why are survival outcomes still dependent on privilege? So, that is it, my people. You are welcome to Political Roundtable. My name is Ben Real. Let me welcome my real fam. Luke, what's up? Uncle Patrick, thank you for being here. Abby, you are already here with me. Abby, what's up? You're welcome, Mama. How you doing, Abby?
Good afternoon.
Mom,
Thank you.
Thank you, my sister. Thanks for being here. That Mom of 5, shout out to you, Mom of 5, Sister Yikus Pepe. And for those who don't know, we are streaming this to Yikus Pepe's channel. If you're watching from Yikus Pepe's channel, shout out to you. How are you guys doing over there? Please remember to hit the like, and drop your take in the chat. I see you, Uncle Dio, and of course, who else? Oh, my pretty, lovely sister, Doopsy Hart, our own Mufresh. You're welcome, my sister. Okay, who else is in the building? Sissy, what's up, Sissy? How you doing? Oh, Sissy said listening and walking. Why are you walking, Sissy? Today is no work. Enter 2026, so Sissy. Sister Oyi, how you doing today, man? You're welcome to the show. Okay, I'm gonna share the link right now so we can examine this side by side. I see my brother, Fam Sam. What's up, sir? How you doing? Auntie Grace in the building. And my lovely sister, Obia Julu. How are you doing, mommy? You're welcome to the show. You're welcome. Glorious. What's up, Glorious Sanga? You're welcome. You're welcome. Sister Oyi and everybody, you're welcome. And of course, my brother Kene in the building. Kene, I hope you can defend this new tax your grandpa won't collect. So, I beg you. And finally, I got Sister Timmy Lade in the building. You are all welcome. Okay, let's get this show started. We're going to read a lot of comments and we're going to react to everything that is ongoing. If you're ready, I am ready.
You are watching Political Roundtable with UB. Like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments.
All right, Abby, to start things up, can you help me read through some of the comments we have in the chat already? Because this is about Nigeria and affects all of us, so I know people are responding already. So let's go through that real quick, Abby.
All right, sure, sir. So the first comment here is from Oyi, and she says, if you can't even give us the basic amenities, which Olori Buruku tax are you demanding? They are lucky area boys have not started causing chaos.
Yeah.
Sister Milade says, government wants to collect taxes from Nigerians without providing good basic amenities like clean running water in homes, free quality education from elementary to secondary schools, electricity, etc. Sonny also says, I guess I meant this new horrible, forceful, and dictatorial levy of taxes. I think that's a follow-up comment. She said, you're right, I take that back. You're right, I take that back because when I worked at Elf Petroleum back in the early 90s, they used to tax us heavily, actually. Mr. Bieber said, Nigerian government and accountability. That's too much to ask our politicians. Kene is saying, Tinubu is in France hospital, and Akpabio is in UK hospital with our tax money. Lagos State makes billions on taxes. Keke drivers pay 3K daily. Uncle Ben, 3K.
Yep.
He is saying this is why no taxes should be paid until the Nigerian government shows that it can put taxes to good use. Auntie Grace is saying Nigeria has no answer to any of your questions, UB. Sam says failed country. Gypsy Heart is saying maybe they need to shame us at this point. That Momo 5 is saying we have beautiful culture, but that culture doesn't give two F's about anybody's life. Uncle Patrick says, Adiola, waiting be this. Oxygen at hospitals. You have to buy from the hospital or private company. Antonio also says, the trauma of losing 2 companions, I can't even imagine. And lastly, Uncle Patrick says, in Niger, if anyone car in an accident, the body will be packed at the open back of a truck. This is disheartening. May Nigeria not happen to any of us in Jesus' name. Do you want me to read more? One more?
Yeah, go ahead.
Momo 5 says, a year ago, I called emergency services because I had chest pain. The paramedic got to me in 5 minutes, checked me over, and ambulance crew arrived at my address in 15 minutes. That's what we know to be life-saving.
Yeah, thank you, Abby. Uncle Patrick say, UB, are you serious? Accidentally victim made to walk and sit in front of police vehicle. Help me make it make sense. Thank you, Uncle Dio. Sister Yinka said, this isn't about a celebrity, it's about failed systems. What must change? Yeah, good question, Sister Yinka. Sister Yinka also said, when taxes are paid but system failed, who answer for it? I guess it's not gonna be Tinubu. So you guys say, if this can happen to Anthony Joshua, what about ordinary Nigerians? Well, ordinary Nigerians died in their thousands every year. So you can say, welcome everyone. This is a space. Okay, thank you, Mr. Yinka. Momo 5 said, a year ago, I called the emergency service because I had chest pain. A paramedic got to me in 5 minutes, checked me over, and ambulance crew arrived at my address in 15 minutes. That's what we know to be life-saving. Thank you, Momo 5. Thank you, Momo 5. Yeah. Uncle Patrick also said, in Nigeria, if anyone die in an accident, the body will be parked at the open back of a truck. This is disheartening. May Nigeria not happen to any of us in Jesus' name. Amen. Yes, may Nigeria not happen to us. Sister Onye said, the trauma of losing 2 companions, I can't even imagine. Yeah, and Uncle Patrick said, Adiola, waiting be this. Oxygen in our hospitals, you have to buy from the hospital or private companies. This is crazy. And Dupsy Hot said, maybe they need to shame us at this point. I 100% support that. I think it's time they call our BS out. Sam said, failed country. It's beginning to look like that for me, people. I'm sorry, it's looking like that. And Auntie Grace said, Nigeria has no answer to any of the questions, UB. I wish we could find an answer, Auntie. Glorious Senga say yes for so long. Are you saying Nigeria has been a failed country for so long, Glorious? And Auntie say this is why no taxes should be paid until the Nigerian government shows that it can put taxes to good use. In fact, let me start that one. I stand by that, Sister Oyin. Okay. Uweneka, my brother, can they say Tinubu is in France hospital and Akpabio in UK hospital with our tax money? All right. Now, let's go back to analyzing this accident. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've seen arguments and counter arguments as far as this accident is concerned. Look at this. Just look at this for a minute. This is what the whole world is seeing right now. This right here is what the entire world is looking at. You remember when I did a show I did maybe on our last political roundtable when Sister Rose said Donald Trump don't respect Nigeria, and I said there is nothing to respect about Nigeria. This right here is what I'm talking about. Imagine how an accident victim is being handled. The people around him, they are star-struck. Who is calling the emergency line? Now, talking about emergency line, let me ask this question, everybody. If you know the emergency line to call if you run into accident in Nigeria, drop a 1 in the chat. Abby, can you help me put that in the banner? Let's see if our people really, maybe I'm the one who don't know. If you know the emergency line in Nigeria, here in America, we call 911.
The answer that the question you just asked.
You say what?
I should put the correct answer or the question you asked?
The question that I asked, if you know, if anybody know emergency number in Nigeria, the emergency line in Nigeria, drop a 1. If you don't know, drop a 2. Let's get serious with this. Doopsy, don't start now. Mufresh, I take off, beg you, never start. Mufresh said, call forward now, graduate. I'm sorry, I don't want to laugh. I know this is a tragedy, but these my sisters won't stop commenting. All right, let's have the vote, please, everybody. This is a serious matter. Let's have the vote. If you know the number to call, drop 1. If you don't know the number, drop a 2. Me, Ben, I don't know the number, so I won't lie.
Oh, you don't know, Uncle Ben?
Abby, I don't lie. I don't know the number to call in case of emergency in Nigeria. And that is the honest truth. Okay. I know one time they were promoting a number 222 or something. Is it 222 or 211 or something?
It is 112.
It's 112. Okay. So,
and if you're in Lagos, it is 767.
Now, Abby, that right there in itself is a problem.
That you don't know?
No. You just gave 2 emergency numbers now. Right there, that is a huge problem.
I mean, generally it is 112, but I think different states have their different ones. But obviously, I'm from Lagos State. That's why I know that Lagos State is 767. So I'm sure if you're from your state, you will know your own state, whatever.
But what I'm saying right now, you still don't get it.
No, I get it.
We are not supposed to have different emergency number. In America, a 3-year-old knows the number to call in emergency is 911.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you are. In emergency situation, you call, you die 911. Now, I get what's happening in Nigeria. I think they have no central routing system. Because when you call 911, I think the routing system, the way it works, depending on where you are, that you're making that call, that will now determine what unit we pick it up first. So we have a long way to go in Nigeria. So that's the question, people. Let's check it out. If people...
So, Uncle Ben, in the UK, right, you can also use 999, and you can also use 112. However, we've also been taught that if it's not really an emergency, but you're just a bit concerned, you can use 101. And then if you just want to talk to a healthcare professional because you're not sure if you should go to hospital or whatever, you use the NHS 111 service. So I don't know if it's similar to Nigeria because in a sense, right, the general line for Nigeria is 112. So I'm not defending anything, I'm just putting out information. But if you want little things like road safety, you don't think it's too much of an emergency for Lagos, you can also use 767. but generally 112 is supposed to work. So I'm just comparing to the UK system where we're trained to understand that, listen, if it's not serious of an emergency, don't hold up the line. Use other services like 101 and 111, if that makes sense. So yeah.
For UK, okay, cool. But this is what I would say about that. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to say maybe America is better than UK, but I think America have a huge advantage over UK in this regard.
We'll come for you, Uncle Ben.
You guys can come. In America, our emergency line is 911. When you dial 911, they're gonna ask you, do you need the police or you need the fire service?
It's the same with us, Uncle Ben. I'm just telling you that they've given us options for, in case if you are already aware that, oh, you just want to talk to a healthcare professional because my stomach is paining me one kind.
Abby, we don't have to go back and forth on the. All I'm saying is that it's complicated.
So it's the same. Yeah. And if it's just you have the knowledge, you don't have the knowledge, stick to the emergency line anyway.
Exactly, that's what I need. I don't live in the UK. If I come to the UK right now and I found myself in an emergency situation, what number should I call? That's the point.
Uncle Ben was saying the same thing. Still call 999.
Good. Don't even tell me any other number.
And still
I
call
got to the UK, there is problem, I have emergency, call 999. Simple.
Uncle Ben, you see this question you asked now, that the police, the handler will ask you, what do you need? You need police?
It's okay. But don't say bring this number, bring that number. And the reason why I'm emphasizing that is that in Nigeria, we already have a problem. If each state have a different number for emergency, that's a problem. It should be one central number that they can actually teach even children from crèche, from elementary school, from grade 1. They should already know this is emergency number. Now, no matter where you call from, however they're going to route that emergency number, that should be done with the system, not people trying to figure it out. Because the reason I'm bringing that is, now look at Anthony Joshua on the screen right now. I bet you 95% of this crowd here, they don't even know the number to call. This accident happened alongside Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. I can bet, I'm not there, but I've lived in Nigeria before. 95% of the people there, they don't know the emergency number to call. Now, another problem. If you look at this one video, this video just exposed how dumb and stupid and useless our system are in Nigeria. Because I know the data boys have already started working. I saw something Uncle Dayo shared in the backstage regarding this situation. I think B-Flex also shared one in our operation room. I read through everything, but I disagree with all those people. They are just yapping. Look at this video. This video should tell you everything that is wrong with us in Nigeria. This video shows you right now that people really don't know what to do in emergency situation. In a matter of life and death, they have no clue what they should do. These people right here that you are seeing right now, they don't even know that they are more or less like the first responders. They don't know how to even position themselves. You can actually see them impeding Anthony Joshua's movement. Tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm reading it wrong anyway. But as an healthcare professional, I'm just telling you what I'm observing. Nigerians are not taught how to behave in the case of emergency. I've seen the argument they put out there. A lot of people now, I think the government, they were trying to shift blame. They were trying to blame the driver. They were trying to claim nothing is wrong with the road is good. Even my madam, what's her name? One of my girls, B-Flex still, I think B-Flex responded to me when she saw the argument about what's going on. And B-Flex said, to be sincere, Ogami, the road is okay. I saw the video of the road. But I can tell you for free right now, that road is not okay. It just appears to people in Nigeria that the road is okay. What Nigerians consider a good road is if there is no pothole on that road. If the road is wide enough to allow the passage of two vehicles at the same time. To Nigerians, that road is good though. I've also seen the argument from some people who say, oh, in fact, where the trailer was parked is actually far away from the express. So the trailer is just parking alone. No. These are the problem. Our people are not educated enough about so many things. And this is why we keep getting a lot of things wrong in Nigeria. That is why it's so easy for our politicians to get away with so many things in Nigeria. They can easily ignore their responsibilities, and Nigerians won't even know that, no, motherfucker. Oh, sorry. No verse. That's why I don't like speaking like Americans. Nigerians won't even know that what this so-called politician is speaking or what he's trying to run away from is actually the reason he's in office. Please, my fellow Nigerians, a road without pothole, a road that allowed for the passage of two vehicles at the same time does not mean that the road is safe. The question which you ask is, okay, UB, what determines a safe road? I am not a road expert, but I can tell you this. What determines a good, safe road starts with road regulation. There must be traffic laws. There must be enforcement of traffic laws in a way that is going to be ingrained in every road user to know what to do in emergency, how to, what the speed limit, how do you speed, if your vehicle breaks down, what are the things you are supposed to do to protect other road users. Because if you ask me right now, whoever owns that truck, he's supposed to pay through his nose. If you ask me why, UB, do you see any signage? Is there anything to one oncoming vehicle that trailer is actually stationary? There are just so many angles to what happens there. And for those of us who live in Western world, if we examine that accident over and over again, we're going to see several things that is wrong. But for those in Nigeria, if they examine the same information we have with us, they will tell you it's actually not that bad, though. It is bad. Now, talking about emergency response in terms of, do we have ambulance on the scene? Do we have police on the scene? I'll tell you one thing for free. As soon as that accident happens, there's going to be a gridlock on that road. If you know the number of vehicles that pass through Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, please, anybody who is watching right now, if you have ever passed through Lagos-Ibadan Expressway before, drop a 1 in the chat. So I know that at least people can relate with what I'm saying. The Lagos-Ibadan Expressway is one of the busiest roads in Nigeria. As soon as these accidents happen, within 3 minutes, there's going to be gridlock on that road. Like, no vehicle will be passing or coming. Then what do you think would happen when you have such a gridlock? I'll tell you. But for you to understand, I think I have to show you one image here real quick. Please, if you think this conversation is making sense, just drop a flower or something so we know that we are learning. I know because this is not a pastor, polarized pastor. We may not have a lot of crowd, but we still have to cover content like this to educate our people. For those who want to contribute, please, that is the link. And our number is also active in case you are not in a place where you can use StreamYard. You can call our number if you want to contribute. Now, to come back to my argument, let me show you this picture to understand what is going on and why the Nigeria Tinubu government should be blamed for whatever happened in this Anthony Joshua situation. I know the data boys will come for me, will say, this mad boy have started again. I know this boy will never praise Tinubu. He doesn't like Tinubu. I don't have to like Tinubu. Let me tell you. I've told you I have no business. I have no grudges or anything against Tinubu. But when it comes to governance, okay, I was looking at the wrong place. When it comes to governance and safety in Nigeria, when it comes to delivering dividends of democracy, I don't have to like Tinubu. I'm sorry. Now, for you to understand what I was describing, when I said, if you know Lagos Ibadan Expressway, you will know that within 2 minutes of an accident happening, there's going to be a gridlock on that road. Like there will be heavy traffic. It will be so heavy that even Okada no go see road pass. And thank you for those of you who indicated that you have passed through Lagos Ibadan Express Road before, so you should know what I'm talking about. In fact, Lagos Ibadan Expressway is the gateway to Lagos itself. Unless you are using some other road, maybe through Ijebu-Ode, you enter through Shango-Ota, you are coming to Lagos, or you are passing through Ekpe route. But if you are using the major highway to come to Lagos State, the road where Anthony Joshua had an accident, you will pass through there. Am I communicating, please? So, anytime any little thing happen on that road, you are going to have this long jam of traffic. So, for you to understand, especially for those of you in Nigeria who might get to see this, you are saying, I really don't understand what this Nigeria abroad are always making noise about. The road is good now. The police show now. Listen, that road is not a good road. A good road, if you look at my screen now, you will see what a good road looks like. Do you see a yellow line on this road that I'm showing you right now? Abby, can you see the yellow line, Mama?
Of course.
Yeah. Please, for those who live abroad and who understand how traffic work in abroad, that yellow line and that bus that is riding on that yellow line, do we all know what that means? Here in Texas, maybe I can't even vouch for the entire United States, but let me tell you about Texas. You see, that yellow line is creating one extra lane. We usually refer to that extra lane as the shoulder. It's called the left shoulder. Here in US, we call it the left shoulder. That left shoulder is designated and is approved to be used only by emergency responders or the police.
We call it hard shoulder in the UK.
Hot shoulder, right?
Hard, H-A-R-D.
Okay, here in Texas, we usually refer to it as the left shoulder. Now, you see this left shoulder, this bus that's on this left shoulder right now, they go wire and ticket, heavy ticket, because it's not supposed to be there. No matter the traffic, no matter what is happening in the road, on the road ahead of you, no matter, even if you have stayed on that traffic for 2 hours, you must not drive on this shoulder. Now, if accident happen anywhere on the road, your first responsibility is to dial 911. Now, when you dial 911 and you told them where the accident occurred and where you are, police will use this shoulder lane to get there. Ambulances will come there too. Now, let me show you. I hope I can see this video. Where is it? Okay, good. I see the video. Now, let me show you where this accident happened. Wait, I have to share it for people to understand what I'm talking about. Or should I even take a screenshot? Okay, let me take, how can I make this thing make sense? All right. I'll take a screenshot. That will make it better, and then I'll play the video later. Okay, so let me show you a picture from where the accident happened with Anthony Joshua. I don't know if everybody have seen it, but here we go. That is the truck, the 18-wheeler truck, responded that involved in the collision of Anthony Joshua's SUV. Now you can see the road. 1, 2. You can see there are 2 clear lanes on this road. Now, if you also look at this road properly to the left, there is nothing like a shoulder, meaning there is no road designated for emergency response. That is why even if you have ambulances, you have the police and people who can actually respond to this incident or any incident at all in Nigeria, there's going to be traffic grid. There's going to be heavy traffic and there will be no road designated for first responders, for emergency services to get to whoever is involved. Abby, do you have any pushback?
No, of course, because how would they get there? There's no road. The road will be blocked. And it's not like we are used to like air ambulances. Even if you had air ambulance, where would they land? On top of a car?
Exactly.
So it's just long. Do you know that, Uncle Ben, there's an argument. I'll find it for you now on X. People are zooming in and showing us an imaginary line that is the hard shoulder. Like, so people are arguing against it, saying that look at the line, that line. Now hard shoulder be that. Let me look for it. That's how dumb Nigerians are.
All right, listen to this. That is immediately the place was cleared. Somebody recorded this.
This is the truck that I want to kill Anthony Joshua for us today. This is the truck. Yeah? And this truck won't kill Anthony Joshua for us. I see this. Yeah. This is the truck that I want to kill Anthony Joshua for us today. This is the truck. Yeah? And this truck won't kill Anthony Joshua for us.
All right, Abby.
Yes, Uncle Ben.
For those who want to contribute, I'm sharing the link and you can call the studio line. Okay. The number to call, of course, is 512-595-6569. Again, the number is +1 512-595-6569. Now, let me move on to another angle of this conversation. All I'm saying is that if you look at the rhetorics going on in Nigeria right now, some people, especially the data boys, they will make you feel like, oh, people just hate the Tinubu government. People are so this, people are so that. Let me check out this comment from. Is that coming from Gloria? Okay. Gloria said, please, sir, they will say it's a good road because it's what they are used to. Nigerian life, market, and hospital is pure chaos. Thank you, my sister. All right, in the building with me right now, we have Auntie Grace and, of course, Uncle Dio. Auntie Grace, what are your thoughts about this incident, man?
Yubi, good evening.
Good evening, man.
Good evening, Uncle Dio. Good evening, Abby. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Auntie Grace.
Yes, my darling. You know, Nigeria matter. Good evening, sir. Nigeria matter, I don't know. Nigeria is my fatherland. With this code, if Nigeria is a safe place, that is where I will be. I went to Paris, I went to Vienna, I went to America, and I still have so much annual leave to take. I don't know where to go under this code. I was like, oh, I could have gone to Nigeria, but I do not want to. 2022 was the last time, and not too long, I went to Nigeria. I got to Lagos. I said, never, I'm not going by road. People that I travel with, they stayed in Lagos, and I use the earpiece. I was supposed to take the earpiece to Warri. The flight was meant to leave at 2 p.m. I was at the airport at 5 p.m. By the time we left, I got to Warri. This airline could not land. They said it rained. We hover in the air. I was praying, Father Lord. Unfortunately, that night I arrived in Nigeria. I didn't even know that my elder sister died in the hospital. When I got the number, my sister died last night. Am I going to die again in the air? After so much in the air, we had to go back to Lagos. We did not land. The road that I said I will not pass through, I had to go back to Warri the following day with the people that I left in Lagos. I was like broken person. When I was coming, I had to go through that road. Ever since, I don't know if it's a vow not to go back to Nigeria. I don't know. I am scared. I am really scared. So 2022 is not been too long, but it might be a very long time before I find myself there, because that thing is a pain to my bone.
I think Grace, why now?
I'm telling you. Because in that, you say you want to go by air, it's not safe. You want to go by road, it's not safe. So what is the safety? In fact, what do we even, okay, you get there, mosquito will deal with you. You ungen, noise will deal with you. Everything is just upside down. And Tinubu is talking about tax. Why don't you put something in place, no matter how little it is, to say, oh, one thing is working. Yep. To even allow people know that when you pay this tax, more will come. You understand? Sometimes when I listen to the story, the things that are happening in that country, I just don't know. I feel for Anthony Joshua. That person that was saying, oh, look at the whatever that want to kill Anthony Joshua. Will Anthony Joshua ever be the same after losing two people that are close to him, that he took to his country for a holidays? Will he ever be the same? Have they not killed him? This kind of lorry or trailer, whatever it is, killed my brother, my elder brother, 2026. I came to this country 2005, right? 2006, a packed lorry or whatever it is, my brother drove into it and he died. I never saw my brother. Then I was battling papers and all that. I didn't even see him. What story can I talk about that country? What? Now, social media, they're talking about Dangote and all that. We couldn't even do nothing because social media was not that loud then. I just feel for Anthony Joshua. This is people who are saying, oh, this is my country. I'm proud. I want to look at the report. Look at the report internationally. Look at the report. Look at the people. Look at the people who went there. Were they actually there to save Anthony Joshua? Or they were there to take video, to take photo, I was there when it happened. What mentality? Sometimes when I call ranting, I don't even know. I don't even know how you feel composed to talk about the problem in Nigeria, because when I want to talk about it, I will go crazy. You 1 minute you see one, another minute you see pastors running mad, another minute you see accident taking life, another minute nothing really good news that is coming out from there. Then the government are not even doing anything. The next thing you hear, oh, tax, and then they bring in foreigners. Oh, Uncle Ben, it's really frustrating to me. I'm sorry. I just wish Anthony Joshua quick recovery, physically, emotionally. I don't know how he's going to heal from it. I do not know. I don't know how the family will heal from this. I don't know how he's going to heal. I said, I'm going back to that country again. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Auntie Grace. All right, let me move quickly to Uncle Dio. Uncle Dio, what are your thoughts? I see you are saying there is 3 lanes on the road that I showed earlier.
Yes, sir.
3 lane because you are in Nigeria. I see just 2 lane here, and I can.
Actually, Uncle Benu, there are 3 lanes on it. But the thing is that there is nothing like hard shoulder or whatever you call it, as you have it in the UK and maybe in the US also.
See,
we don't have anything like that.
Uncle Dayo, I like the fact that you started that way. That is exactly why I said I only see 2 lane. I don't see 3.
Okay, I understand your point.
The standard road must come with hard shoulder. That is
we don't have that here.
Thoughtfulness.
We don't have that here.
All right, go ahead, sir.
We don't have that here. What we have, rather.
Dayo and Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben, if you check your WhatsApp, I sent you Uncle Dayo's arguments because Nigerians insist that that's the hard shoulder. So just if you want to read it and refer to it.
Okay, all right. Go ahead, Uncle Dayo.
We don't have anything like hard shoulder lane in Nigeria. What we have, rather, within Lagos Metropolis is what we call BRT lane. A lane that has been earmarked for the BRT buses. You can see it on some of the major highways within the Lagos Metropolis. Apart from that, we don't have anything like hard shoulder lane anywhere in Nigeria. I can say that one for free. But in this particular incident now, I understand where you're coming from, Uncle Benu, because this road is the best we have gotten so far in Nigeria. And I will explain. When Nigerians are saying that this road is actually good, they are saying it from the mindset of comparing it to other roads that we have within the country. Because this main road that we are seeing now, it has been under construction now for about 5 years. I think they just finished it about 1 year or 2 or so, all the way from Ibadan down to Lagos. They have been reconstructing it. I think they just finished it, or maybe they are yet to finish. I cannot even say, but it has been under construction for more than 5 years now. But maybe finally they have finished it now, and it's now okay. That's why people are saying that the road is actually good for now. But being due to the fact that it's a major link road into Lagos and out, and then out of Lagos, it's always a busy road. It's a busy highway. You can only come through Lagos from this road, or you come through Sango. And that Sango route is not good at all for now. It is still under construction as we speak, but it's not good for some vehicles. So this is a major link road into Lagos and outside, and to move outside of Lagos also. So it's so unfortunate that this accident happened. This truck that you see parked here, the truck is parked there for whatever reasons, I don't know. But what I can tell you, sir, many a times you will see some trucks parked on the line like this, on our expressway. Maybe the driver wanted to take a nap, or maybe the driver just felt that he's tired, let him rest. They just park there. And then many a times it causes a lot of accidents. Now, if you remember, let me just make this reference. This type of thing happened to that green, but his one was in the night. A truck was parked by the road. He was coming back from the club in the middle of the night, and before he could see it, he already ran into it. And that's how we lost a star in that green. So this is not new. It's so sad, but this thing happens. Now, when you're talking about the consequences of these things that is going on in Nigeria, I'm happy that it is being talked about now. Maybe because of the caliber of people that were involved. But I'm sorry to say, this kind of thing happen regularly on our roads in Nigeria here. It's not a no thing. It's just that it is sad that it is happening now. It is being put on international scale for people to see how ineffective and how poor we are in this country. It's such a shame. Thank you, sir.
Uncle Daya, before I let you go and move on, I would like to ask you, what are your thoughts? Who is to blame for this incident?
Thank you very much for that question. If you are going to talk about who is to blame, we have a lot of things that are involved here. Number one, we have the Federal Road Safety Commission, and we have the people, the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, that are in charge of the road construction and all. Then we have who we call, for Lagos State, we have the last man, which is Lagos State Transport Maintenance Agency. They are the ones that are in charge of free flow of traffic within the Lagos axis. Then we have another version of them also in Ogun State. So this particular one, I think, happens between Ogun State and Lagos State border. I don't know, but it should be inside Ogun State because I heard that they are close to Shagamu. Having said that, these people, these so-called the Road Safety Commission, the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, and the people charged with the responsibility of maintaining free flow traffic on our road, they are the one that should be held responsible. I don't want to go to the bigger picture, which is the government himself. But for now, let us hold the accountable agencies first. Because number one, this truck, particularly at this time of the year, when people are traveling a lot, when people are moving, when there are heavier vehicular movement along this axis, something like this is supposed not to have happened. Then, secondly, Nigeria, we have this kind of, I think Lagos State just started it now. They just started putting cameras on the roads to monitor traffic speed. I know, but as I'm saying, everything that is good that is by coming up in Nigeria starts with Lagos first. Lagos has started having road speed limits on almost every major roads now, and then they have cameras on all those roads to monitor. If you are overspeeding, through your plate number, they can pick you and then you get your ticket. They will give you ticket that you have oversped at so place. They will send you the picture of your car. That's what those cameras are for. They will capture you and then they will show your speed limit and then you will receive tickets, which you must pay as a fine. They are doing it in Lagos within Lagos Metropolis, but it is not on this express road yet. So that's why people can take, now, and Nigeria likes speed. I'm not putting blame upon the driver or whoever is driving, whatsoever. We never know what actually triggered this particular accident. But what I got from an unconfirmed source was that maybe a tire busted, and then when tire burst, the driver lost control and they went and rammed into the truck. Because looking at this truck and the road, it's not as if the truck is on the road itself. But whatever happens, the driver lost control and he went and hit the truck. So to me, if the truck is not there, maybe the driver will have run into the ditch or maybe ran into the bush, whatever. Because beside this particular truck, now you can see that we have some bushes there. So, but because the truck was there, that's why we have that fatality. Whichever way it is not right for the truck to be there. And secondly, it is not even conducive. It's not for those safety people and for the Nigerian Federal Ministry of Works and Housing to allow, because why? We are putting people's lives at risk. Anything could have happened. Anybody could have maybe.
Uncle Dio, your line is breaking.
Sorry, it was the call I was trying to come in. I've just cut it off now.
Okay, Uncle Dio, let me not waste your time. So basically, you can't blame anybody for this, right?
I said I'm blaming the three agencies: Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, Federal Road Safety Commission, and even people on the road. Okay, I don't know what they call the one in Ogun State, but the one in Lagos called last man.
Okay.
So they are the one. I'm only accountable for this.
So basically, you are blaming the government. They represent the government. That's what it means.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am.
So in other words,
I am blaming the government.
Joshua, friends, wife, and family, they want to sue. They should sue Nigeria government, right?
Definitely.
Right.
They want to sue. Let them do that.
I just wanted to get that out of the way so fast. Sister Yinkus, I see my brother Chucky. Chucky, what's up? Yes,
quickly, I'm about to leave. I'll try and come back if you're still alive in about an hour. But I sent you a link, and the link is for highweightcode.com.ng, which is the official highway code for Nigeria. And we do have a hard shoulder. We should have a hard shoulder. And it says under the section of driving on the express, right? It gives different, ideas of how to maintain your speed, concentration. If you're sleepy, right, you need to turn off for a nap if necessary. And they're also advising that you go off to the hard shoulder. So if you want to refer to that link as well, it is an official link. Because again, like I said, there's an argument that there's a hard shoulder. It's not a case of if it's being regulated, right? And like I said, this is the official Nigerian highway code. It's not Abby's words, which I have sent you the link if you want to refer to it. Thank you. And
Thank
I
you,
will
Abby.
be back later.
Thank you, Abby. I appreciate you, Mama. Thank you. Hey, Shoki, you welcome, Baba. Please, guys, give this video a like. I'm not seeing like. We have like 34, 38 watching at times. And the likes right now is just 14 likes. A lot of people are not going to Bora Bora. Please take just a minute to like the video, because I know we can't get a lot of people here today because this is not gossip, but these are topics I think a lot of Nigerians need, because we are all victims of Nigerian government one way or the other. Sister Yinkush, over to you,
Yes,
my
sir.
what are your thoughts, please?
Yeah, thank you for having me. Good afternoon, good morning, everybody.
Good afternoon, Sister Yinkush.
Well, this is really, really, really sad, and I'm just speechless because it's so this has been happening forever. I don't understand. I mean, I'm seeing two things can be right at the same time, right?
Okay.
So here I am. I mean, I don't know how the accident happened, but I'm looking at the road and I know that for a lot of Nigerians, as long as the road is smooth without potholes, then it means that the road is good.
Yep.
And that's one thing. And then number two, the driver of that vehicle. I believe, I'm not really sure, there were 4 people in the vehicle, right?
I think so.
Okay, so the driver is alive because his side wasn't hit. Anthony Joshua was probably sitting behind him, not probably, because we've seen some of the images. So I would assume that this driver that they have is someone that is well versed with this road. Correct, because this is Nigeria and this is Lagos Ibadan Expressway. We know how busy and crazy it can get. So for one, I'm still going to blame the government, because when you have a road that is always so busy, this road is one of the busiest, if not the busiest road in the entire Nigeria, because it links several states. For you to be able to get out of Lagos State, you have to go through that road. And for a truck, I'm looking at how massive that truck is. And I know, for one, because I've lived in Nigeria before, and I know how trucks can remain on the road unattended to for weeks, if not months at a time, where the trucks don't move. They're just there because they're broken down, and whoever owns it just does not know what to do with it until it's fixed, and then they get to move it away. So in this situation now, we have the truck that's there. We have no, I don't see any cones. I don't see any hard shoulder there. There's nothing there. Now, if someone is coming, even if someone is driving at full speed that they should on the highway, and let's say, for example, the tire gets busted, who knows? Now, when your tire gets busted, your car is going to swivel on the highway.
Mm-hmm.
If it swivels and there's a truck like this on the shoulder, please, how do you avoid that? That's number one. Number two, you have a truck I'm seeing where it's parked. So normally, if you're coming straight from wherever you're coming from, you should be able to see the truck on the side of the road where it is at. It's not like it was in the middle of the road. It wasn't even on the lane. I can see that it's clearly off of the lane, but then it's still not a shoulder. It's just parked like on the side of the road. So something must have happened to is either they were trying to avoid a vehicle, they were trying to overtake a vehicle, or something obstructed the view where the driver maybe had to swerve and then, hit that truck right there. But so many things we could have avoided all of that if that truck wasn't there in the first place. Now, trucks break down every day. We see them on the roads here in the US as well.
Yeah.
But there's no regulatory body on this one because that truck looks like it's been there for God knows how long. And then we have a human being that is going there saying this is the truck that wants to kill our Anthony Joshua. Like what? From where to where? Like where's the regulatory body here? And there's a truck on the highway. There's a truck on the side of the road. There's no shoulder. But as for us Nigerians, as long as the road is smooth, though, the road is perfect. It doesn't matter if there are lines there. And that's even if they follow the rules of the road, even with the lines on there, because sometimes you have two vehicles trying to smush themselves inside a line. So inside the lane. So there's so many things that are wrong here, but it just reminds me that life is just a fickle. I remember the Green so much when he passed away on this same road, on coming back from a club, and he ran into a parked truck.
Yeah.
I have in-laws that the entire family got wiped out. Father, mother, 3 children, and their maid. They drove right into a parked vehicle on this same highway. So for me, when I saw this video yesterday, and it just brought back memories. Like, I couldn't even talk to my in-laws about it because I know how Baba will feel about this right now. So it was just like, how long has it been going for? I mean, I'm talking about this happened in 2006. And this is the same situation we're dealing with in 2025. So it's crazy, and I don't even know where to begin with this, but the government has a lot to do. And even us in general, as people, Nigerians, we have a lot to do. We have a lot to, I don't know if it's because people just don't have the education. Because when you're looking at this, you should be able to see that there's some things that are clearly wrong, but they don't know because it's always been like that. If we were all in Nigeria as well, Uncle Ben, we wouldn't say that there was no hard shoulder. We wouldn't say that the truck was not on the side, at the side of the road. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's because we're here in the US is the reason why we can see that, man. The things that we just take as everyday regular thing are things that actually cost people's lives
In Nigeria.
And we just overlook it. And it's just heartbreaking for me. It's just crazy because this guy now, I mean, not just for him, but for the 2 men that lost their lives and their families, gone today, gone 1 hour ago, and not anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just at a loss for words.
Yeah.
I'm at a loss for words. It's sad.
Thank you, sister.
Can I say something quickly? Sorry.
Oh, you are still here, last born?
Yes.
Just that be.
I think it's important to note that this is why just education is not enough. Because I didn't even realize, and I'm sure Uncle Dara didn't even realize that on this, on this road code, Nigeria Highway Code, there are instructions, right? And that would not be the case, for instance, I'm going to speak about the UK, where there's a vigorous process. You kind of have to pass your theory test first, which tells you about the signs and all of that, and then go for your lessons, which I think you have to do a minimum of 25 hours or something like that before you now even attempt, your practical tests. And what this means is that everybody kind of starts out, in a sense, ready for the road, right? One. Secondly, what will happen as well if you had any sort of minor issues, like you were caught speeding and all, a lot of times the instruction, if points are not taken off your license, the instruction is for you to go back and refresh, right? You need to do a test for you to get back on the roads. So it's even things like this as well, where just being educated is not enough. Just having money or just even being able to afford a car is not enough, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm telling you that if I have 20 male friends, emphasis on male, 20 male friends that I grew up with, most of them learned driving from their drivers, their dads,
Correct.
their uncles. There's no proper, vigorous process of, you need to know what this sign on the road means. You need to know, because now we're saying there's no hard shoulder, but actually there's hard shoulder in Nigeria. But the average Nigerian, just like we started this live stream out, the average Nigerian does not even know emergency services. The same way the average Nigerian does not even know that even if there's no demarcation, actually this so-called funny line that's like just off the pavement is a hard shoulder. And it's not like, it's almost like it's not terminology that we use in Nigeria. Why would it be terminology we use in Nigeria when you have not gone to do a theory driving test? You don't know the right terminology for driving. It's the same way in Nigeria we say trafficator. What the heck is trafficator? Trafficator is not a word. But for every driver in Nigeria, we say trafficator for what is meant to be indicator, because we don't even know the right terminology to use for basic driving, whatever. And seeing, because I'm sure you know what I mean. So yeah, I just wanted to add that quickly, where it's such a complex issue where the average 16-year-old boy is being taught how to drive by the driver, or by, including my brother. I'm just saying, including my brother, most of them. So it's an issue. I think ultimately it's a bigger issue. And I don't even know. And that's why most of the time when we speak about Nigerian issues, almost like, where do we start from? because it's almost like it's eating so deep that even if we said, okay, we want to put road signs, want to put a hard shoulder, do the bus conductors and all of those, would they even know what hard shoulder is when we've not even gone through the right process? And then we have to talk about things like the roads as well. Nigeria, Lagos in particular, there's too many cars on the road because, of course, there's too many people in Lagos, one. And then we also have to come back to, let me use the UK for instance. Not everybody has to be on the road. There's option for transportation. There are trams, there are trains, things like that. So it's a whole big picture, and it's almost like, where do we start from? So yeah. Anyway, I'm going now for real. I'm going now. Bye.
Bye, Abby.
I wanted to.
Good evening, Sister Yinkers.
Yeah, I wanted to. Yeah, good afternoon, Auntie Grace. How you doing, ma'am?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, I wanted to piggyback real quick on what Abby said about educating, Nigerians in general. And I quite agree with that. And I say that because, well, I didn't learn driving until I got here to the US, but I know that my brother in Nigeria, he learned driving through the driver. My husband also did the same, right? But they would take their dad's car and they would get on the road. There was no instruction, nothing. And they wouldn't even know, and the parents wouldn't even know. Boys do, they do their thing, right? But girls don't have liver for that. So I think that, even though, we can blame the government a whole lot. And, I always tell you that even with the government being at fault, even us as people, not even just about the accident now, but everything in Nigeria, even us as people of Nigerians in Nigeria have a lot that we have to do, because the decay and the rot and everything is quite deep. Because the truth is, if you were to take all of the government officials out right now and take them out of position, the next set of people that come there will do the same thing, because the rot is deeper than the government. It starts with the people. It starts with every home. It starts with every family. And that's how I see it here. What does the government have in place as far as people getting on the road to drive? The government does have a lot of power, because they will be the one to control it, right? They'll be the ones to be able to put this in place, where people are getting arrested, people are getting locked up when they find you on the road and you do not have a license. The fear is going to stop people from doing things, but how much is the government doing, or are they just passing by? Because they also have children doing the same thing. So it's really crazy. It's systems. It's just the systems, from the home, the family, the government, everyone. It's quite sad.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sister Yinka. You see, there is something yes, Okudaya.
I quickly want to add something to what my sister said, Abby. See, about this hard road, it's in our regulation. When I was going through the same book, I saw it there. But in reality, Abby, even the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing that's supposed to be constructing all our roads, they did not create it. What they just did, what could have been our hard shoulder, they made it to be fast lane. They made it to be fast lane. So no, that's the truth. Oh. It is the outside right lane. Outside left lane. I get it. Just like you have it on the picture that you shared. Ask anybody in Nigeria, they will tell you clearly it is the fast lane. If you are on that lane, you are not supposed to be driving at normal speed. It's supposed to be a fast lane. If you are like on that road and you are driving slowly, they can pull you over and charge you. So it's not about that. I think in Nigeria, one of the things that we got wrong mostly, apart from Abuja, every other part of Nigeria, they have already built houses before they now start making roads. So they don't have enough space to make standard roads. That's why
this is highway, Uncle Dayo.
Even the highways, sir. This Lagos Ibadan expressway that we are talking about. Do you know how many houses? How many places they have to dredge to be able to expand it in the last 5 years, just to make it 6 lanes? Because initially there was no. See, Nigerians don't plan road before they build. They build and they now begin to plan road. That is the problem that we have in this country. Only Abuja was planned as per road network. That's why Abuja road network is superb. But any other part of Nigeria, in fact, Lagos State is trying now, but they are like trying to destroy so many buildings to be able to have a standard road all over the place. And this is costing them a lot because a lot of structures were being pulled down just for them to have normal standard roads within the state. Why should they do that? Why are they destroying people's houses? It is because they never planned the road before people started building houses, and now that they want to plan the roads, they're not destroying people's houses. That's the issue. So we have it in the book that we're supposed to have a hard shoulder, but it was never in practice. They never put it in practice. Tomiland Bridge is there. We have 4 lanes on Tomiland Bridge on both sides. Not like hard shoulder. Check it and see for yourself. That's what we're talking about. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I have my sister Shitinka in the building. But before I go to Shitinka, I want to play this video real quick, and I want to take this comment from Sister Temilade. Temi said, one of the problems in Nigeria is there is no consequences for people when they go against the law, and the system or right structure is not put in place after the colonial rule ended, and we are still suffering from that anyway. Hey, Elizabeth, how are you doing? Welcome, Lizzie. I also want to emphasize the fact that with this Anthony Joshua situation and what's going on the highway, the two major problems I see here is regulation and enforcement. First off, that 18-wheeler is not wrong that the 18-wheeler develop problem. However, how do we manage vehicular breakdown in such a high traffic road, in expressway? And I'm saying that because here in Texas, yes, we do have 18-wheelers that often breaks down like this on the hard shoulder. But we also have these highway patrols. I don't even know how many they are. I don't know whether they have how many times they have to like run on the road, but they are there, that they will just be on the highway. I don't know whether they are driving from one city to the other and then another person will turn around, but they are always assessing the road. So when you have 18-wheelers like this breaks down and they assess the area where it broke down and discover that this area is prone to accident or like something may happen, usually the first thing they do is to have one patrol vehicle to park it could be about a few yards away from the vehicle with the light, the police light, what they call it now, blue and red light, flickering. So no matter where you're coming from, you already see the light. Now, if the people who owns the 18-wheeler, if they don't do anything to remove it on time, the government will take care of it. How long has this trailer been on this road? Because I do know in Nigeria, sometimes you have a 18-wheeler like this, it can stay on that road for 3 weeks. Tell me, say I'm lying if you have not witnessed something like this in Nigeria road before. So those are the points. What plans do we have? What kind of emergency plan do we have? Like this 18-wheeler now, if this 18-wheeler stay on this road for a full day, by day 2, government's supposed to be on top of it. You either tow it out of the road and have whatever company or whoever runs the company to come and pay a huge fine. That's what I see them do here in Texas, though. We see them, they break down a lot. Should not be truck. You can't even tell when it's going to break down. But even your traffic code, what does it say about your vehicle breaking down? What does it say? So, Shitinka, over to you, my sister. Before I even play the video, ma, hear your take, ma.
Uncle Daniel, good evening. Hi, welcome.
Good evening, my sister.
Oh, it's really sad. And I haven't been on the show for very long, but I listened to Abby and Sister Chris and to Uncle Dario, and everything everybody has said is spot on. I just want to add again, Uncle Benno, you too are spot on, because you said the problems are twofold: regulation and enforcement.
Yep.
But I think in addition to that, there is personal responsibility, which we generally shy away from in Nigeria. When things happen, we're very quick to blame systemic failures, and we rarely want to ascribe personal responsibility, because I think we feel more comfortable blaming the system. And yes, the system has issues. Like you just said, regulation, enforcement. I mean, Nigerians generally, when you're taught to drive, you're taught how to manipulate the car, not how to use the road in terms of other road users, which is a huge problem. So now, in terms of personal responsibility, in the context of Nigeria, I think a lot of us in Real Fam, especially in fact, I say most of us backstage live abroad. So we're thinking about things from the way things are done abroad, in terms of our road markings, our road signs, the fact that, and anybody using the road in the UK or in the US, I'm sure has done theory tests and done a practical test. So, everybody comes to the road with a level of education. You go to school before you use the road.
Yes.
Unfortunately, since we know that that is not the case in Nigeria, what are the things that people are expected to bring to the road in Nigeria? Since they don't bring the theory and the practical, what do they bring? They bring high levels of observation, and they bring this, or they're supposed to bring what gets people from point A to point B in Nigeria, so to say, safely, so to speak, is high level of situational awareness, observation skills, and quick thinking, right? So unfortunately, this driver used the wrong lane to overtake. Let's start there. He used what was supposed to be, because in the UK we drive on the other side of the road, so you have to think about it a little bit. I remember times in Nigeria, he used what is the slow lane or the hard shoulder to try to overtake. He shouldn't have been doing that.
That's a possibility.
No, because that's where the truck was parked, right? Whether the truck is not supposed to, we can't ascertain how long the truck has been there. It should not be there, but we can't ascertain, because I remember.
Sorry, Shintika, sorry.
Yeah.
You know why I said that's a possibility, and I probably don't want to agree with that narrative.
Yeah.
That he used the right lane to overtake. Why I don't want to agree with that narrative is that, as somebody who I've driven a lot myself, and I drive on highway. If that's why I'm kind of retiring from my media business. I drive almost 3 weekends every month.
Wow.
With full speed though. If you have ever been to Houston, Dallas, you will know how our road would be. Fantastic expressway. Full speed. We're talking 120 kilometers per hour, the one that they call out for Nigeria. But here, our speed limit is 75 on the highway. But most time, you are doing 85, 90. That is top speed. So I just wanted to give an example. Now, if you are driving on full speed and a vehicle in front of you stop immediately with no warning, what do?
You have to swerve, right, to the other lane.
So
but you shouldn't be drive so close, Uncle Benno. You should, like, for instance, in UK drivers ed, we're taught that if you're driving behind, you should be 3 seconds on the motorway. You should be 3 seconds behind the car in front of you, so that you have enough space to slow down or to swerve.
Thinker, I agree with you, but at the same time, those UK and American highways, they are designed in such a way that you can maneuver if you observe that distance with the vehicle.
Not always. The UK roads, the thing is, how we've been talking about Nigerian roads, UK roads are some of the weirdest roads in the world. We have some very narrow, very windy country roads, and they are national speed limit. So you can be going 70, 75 on those roads. I drive long distances sometimes, because because my sister lives about 5 hours away from me. And sometimes the other day I was driving and there was a row of lorries. If you mistakenly drive near Dover in Kent, there are rows and rows of lorries. Rows and rows. And then you have to start thinking and praying that, oh gosh, is this one moving? Is this one not moving? If you drive near Essex in England, there are rows and rows of lorries. If you drive up north, I have driven up north a couple of times. There are rows and rows of lorries sometimes. What I'm saying is that this could have happened in terms of lorries can happen anywhere. I don't think this driver was he was in top shape for the road he was on. I don't think so. What I'm trying to say is that the driver has personal responsibility that needs to be investigated. And while there are systemic issues, I'm saying that, many times, the reason why I brought this up is because many times when there is personal responsibility in Nigeria, we'll just say, the worst has happened, leave it for God. But if we don't, that's another measure of enforcement that's very, very lacking in Nigeria, because you're saying, what are you going to do? Can you change that? But if a person is held responsible, another person will be more careful. And it all ties in. It all ties in. We can't, in my area of law, Uncle Beno, my area of law, let me not out myself. No, let me out myself. I did a PhD in my area of law, right?
Okay.
One of the things I found out was that of all the disputes in my area of law, all the disputes, only about 20% of those disputes make their way to court. And of that 20% that makes its way to court, majority gets settled out of court.
Okay.
So there's very little jurisprudence in my area of law, except if you're a student of culture, as well as exploring what's happening with solving these disputes underground. The reason why I say that is to say that personal responsibility, Nigerians are very used to leave it for God. Leave it for God. Leave it for God is what has left our society in the mess that it is, because we don't take personal or systemic responsibility. And that's all I wanted to say, in the sense that we cannot, as much as we feel sorry, a person does not normally wake up in the morning and set out to say, I'm going to drive, I'm going to crash, I'm going to be the only one that survives. It doesn't happen. But if we don't explore things, we will not ask the questions we need to ask. We don't get the answers we need. We don't prevent these kinds of things from happening another time.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that this is not a leave it for God matter. We're thankful that the driver survived, but he needs to be investigated, and he needs to be, the right things need to be done. If it's manslaughter, it's manslaughter. It's sad, but it's real.
And that's why
involuntary manslaughter.
That's why for me, I blame the Tinubu government. I blame the Buhari government. I blame all the governments in Nigeria, especially from Obasanjo to Tinubu, for this
I agree with you.
accident. I blame them. But now, if you ask me sincerely, there are several ways to explain what went down here. And I think the person that can tell us the reality of what went down is Attorney Joshua.
I hear that he's not in Nigeria at the moment. I don't know where he is, but I saw an interview of his uncle who was saying that they don't know where he is. He must have been flown. Maybe he got health insurance before he came to Nigeria, which would be the wise thing to do.
Mm-hmm. They flew him out of the country, of course.
Okay.
But here's what I'm thinking, though, in terms of before he can speak. First of all, when I saw the video of the accident, immediately the accident happened, he appears delirium. You can tell he's confused. You can actually see him sitting down like somebody comfortable in an accident situation, somebody whose first instinct, the flight and what do we call it, reaction?
Fight or flight, yeah.
Yeah. But you can see how he just looking.
But there's also the freeze thing, because one thing I've heard is that with accidents, sometimes the last thing you were doing before the accident happened is the thing you want to naturally just continue doing, because you may just be frozen in that same thing that you were doing. So yeah. I don't know.
So I think on a serious note, he will be able to tell us what went down. But something tells me, yes, speed is involved. But we ask another question, and that's the question that we put it to Uncle Dayo right now as somebody who is in Nigeria. Uncle Dayo, what is the speed limit on this road? Uncle Dayo.
I'm just laughing so loud.
Uncle Dayo, don't run. Uncle Dayo! Uncle Dayo, don't dig here. On a serious note, even we that we are watching right now, what is the speed limit on this road?
What I knew in Nigeria growing up was that it was 120.
Uncle Ben, no, it is 100. It is 100, maximum 100.
Really?
On this road, right?
Yeah, on this road, yes, it is maximum 100. But the Mali advised 80.
80?
But the speed limit on this particular road, yes, is 100.
Hello?
100 kilometer per hour.
Really? 80?
100 kilometer per hour.
Please go ahead, though.
Okay. I knew people used to drive 120 different places in Nigeria anyway, but I don't know.
It is because nobody is monitoring them. But the road safety regulation for this particular road is maximum 100. But they normally advise 80.
Okay. Thank you, Uncle Dayo. That's helpful. That's handy.
But is there a road sign to indicate that?
That's another thing. I don't know if there is. But the funny thing, Auntie Grace, is that Auntie Grace, good evening.
Good evening, darling. How are you, love?
I'm well, thank you. I hope you're keeping well too.
I am good, thank you.
Awesome. One of the things I was going to say is, as much as we're not very used to seeing road signs in Nigeria, I was in Nigeria last year and I saw road signs in different places. I saw speed limit signs. It may not be as legible. I think they're ignored. That's the problem. But these signs are there. They're ignored. The road markings in terms of the lane markings are also generally ignored, but they're there. They're there.
Okay.
The other thing is, okay, so historically, my mom said to me that she did a theory test in Nigeria before she did a practical test. This was 1 million years ago when Adam was a schoolboy, admittedly. But these things also exist. When I learned to drive, I remember that I think my sister also did a theory. She didn't do a theory test, but she read the highway code. I remember her reading the highway code. And I remember that I never drove without somebody beside me, a licensed driver beside me, until I got my license. In fact, I didn't get my license. I ended up getting my license here. But I never drove without a licensed driver beside me. Never. So again, it brings me back to the initial point of personal responsibility. A lot of times, yes, there are systemic failures and we need to correct these systemic failures and we need to call them out for what they are. But there's a personal responsibility that we easily just dismiss. What are we doing, me in my own corner? What am I doing to make the road safer? I shouldn't let my children drive in Nigeria without learning what the road signs should be and respecting them. Without going through theory tests. All of us here, we have cousins, nieces, nephews, everybody at certain ages when they're turning 18, everybody's looking forward to driving. They need to learn properly. We need to enforce these in our families. We can't wait for government enforcement. We need to be the enforcers.
That's true.
No, absolutely. I completely understand. I'm sorry you haven't been able to make it in. But since it's just been an active policy, we do require that 30-day notice. So it would give you a month and a half. I know you haven't come.
Okay, no problem. I'm going to come over, but cancel it now. Okay. I'll come over later. Thank you.
I'll cancel it when you come in. That way we have everything.
Okay, you're going to see me in about an hour. Thank you.
Okay, sounds good. I will be here. Thank you.
Fuck off this thing.
Uncle Beno.
Oh, sorry.
We need to help you fight them because we can go and fight them, all of us like this. Real fam will just come in like, what do you call it? Like, what's the name of that thing? Bumblebee.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know that I didn't move.
No worries.
It's my gym people. I don't know. I tell people all the time, if you think Africans or Nigerians are scammers, you are lying. Americans are the biggest scammer. And I'm not ashamed to say it. I will say it anytime, any day, and everybody know that's the gospel truth. It's my gym. I haven't been to my gym regularly because where it's located, there is high traffic now. They just built this gigantic complex close to my house. So every time you want to go out, there is heavy traffic in the morning, in the evening.
Oh, wow.
Before it used to be like I can just drive like 8 minutes, I will get there, and when I'm done in the gym, 8 minutes I'm back home. Now it takes me like 25 minutes to get there. And then another like 30 minutes to come back because it's located on the highway to Houston and it's very busy. So when they build the complex around me now, the complex is just like 3 minutes, 4 minutes drive from me. So my wife took me to her gym. Her gym is in the complex.
Your magenta gym.
The pink gym, thank God. So, and we register already. They took money from my account just last week. They charged me $36. So I now call them now that I want to cancel the gym membership. And the white girl is telling me, they're still going to charge me for next month. So, and then I said, you're going to charge me for next month? Last month, I wasn't even frequent. I don't care. And I've been there like a year. So I'm like, you charged me just last week. I'm not going to be there for the next 30 days. And you still want to charge me for another 30 days. And then the next thing she says is, don't raise your voice on me. And that really triggered me. That's why I'm telling her that you white people play this stupid game all the time. As soon as somebody don't agree with you, the next thing you say, don't raise your voice. I'm going to end after this show. I'm going to raise my voice when she see me one-on-one. Olori Buruku somebody. They are just bunch of thieves. My vehicle I have full coverage on my vehicle. They've been giving me all kind of excuse just to escape not paying. Why? To fix the vehicle, everything they calculated was like 3,750 and then other additional and things like that. And they were just playing me up and down. Yesterday, I didn't go to work. I have to go to the factory, call the insurance. They were telling a story again. Then I told the lady that I said, please, I'm done with their drama. Fix my vehicle. Let me pay out of pocket. It's their own problem. You know, any little thing, white people are so fast to tell you, oh, you're raising your voice. Oh, you sound aggressive. What's freaking wrong with you people? You are stealing from people.
Yeah.
They steal all the time. That's what they do. And the system will back them up stealing from you.
Don't raise your voice at them. Don't raise your voice when you get there. Just be calm.
Auntie, I not send them. I'll raise my freaking voice. They are stealing. May they do whatever they want to do. I won't worry. It's just
when we're talking about systems in Nigeria that don't work, these are systems that are on overdrive and they are calculated to be enriched. So the thing is just being firm. Don't let them get a rise out of you. You just go there and be firm and let them know you're getting your money. That's it. You don't want to use this gym anymore, but don't even let it show that they're making you break a sweat.
No, I'll let them know. I will let them know. Do nothing. We did this test together. I'll let them. They know they are stealing. That's freaking thing. White people know when they are stealing from you. They know.
They know.
Well, please make no verse. Let's just continue and round up the show, Gary. So regarding this accident with Anthony Joshua, I see BBC has written a long report about it.
And that's pinning me, Uncle Beno. Sorry to interrupt you before you talk about BBC. The other day when he fought Jake Paul, before the fight, there was something he did where he was really bigging Nigeria up and he wrapped himself in a Nigerian flag. And there was one interview where he talked, they asked him about different things he liked about Nigeria. And one UK politician came out to say that, does Nigeria stand up for you the way you stand up for Nigeria? And just had a lot of horrible things to say. And I just felt, really F off, please allow him to take national pride in the country of his origin, right? He's both British and Nigerian. He's allowed to do both. But now, the thing that hurts me is the fact that he got hurt in Nigeria. And so the same sentiment that was irritated at him taking pride in Nigeria would mock him getting hurt in Nigeria.
Absolutely.
People of that same sentiment.
They are doing that already now. They already plaster his face all over the place and criticizing Nigeria, and that's why I wanted to play this video. Where is this guy? Nigeria is having a lot of negative coverage lately, and unfortunately, the government don't care. Tinubu himself has jet out of the country. Tinubu himself is tired of our country.
I'm starting to think differently. Funny enough.
Tinubu himself is tired for our country. Please listen to this, my people.
Anthony Joshua's accident has been a wake-up call to the Africans in the diaspora. And now everyone is scared of going to Nigeria now, right? After you have seen what it's like on the ground. Because a lot of Africans in the diaspora like to paint Africa as some kind of heaven or utopia or the motherland, ancestors, and so on. What you saw in that video after the accident, that is Nigeria right there. That was in Lagos. And unfortunately, majority of Africa is like that. But now the question is, where do you go when you want to travel? Because if you're gonna save up your money, you made millions somewhere else, and you want to enjoy the motherland, obviously you want to be in the right place where things actually work to some extent. And I will give you guys some pointers of where you should be going. Because if you don't know, in Nigeria, when a politician is sick, they go to the UK for medical treatment. They don't go to Nigeria. They get sick, they jump on a jet, they go to Europe for medical treatment. So you don't want to be in that kind of environment because you probably don't even have that much money. And if something bad happens to you, well, then you have to hope for God to save you. That's what that video showed you. They were praying for Anthony Joshua instead of emergency being there. So the best part of Africa to start with, especially if you're coming from the West or Asia and so on, the best place to start is Southern Africa. Southern Africa has by far the most functional countries in all of Africa, I would say by now, in terms of infrastructure, systems that work, police, and so on. So the same things that you experience in other countries, you're also more likely going to get them. Education is still there. When people get sick, they actually go to their own hospitals. They're not doing it like Nigeria where they go out. Also, even currencies that actually function. So you got those countries. So you got Botswana, South Africa, Namibia, great in the Southern African, and they have a lot of diverse nature as well. So you enjoy the people, the culture. You also get to see the wildlife side of it. You've got the deserts, everything. Southern Africa, you basically see a lot in one area.
All right. Do we agree with this guy assessment, please? Hello, Sister Yinka?
To an extent, right?
Okay. Yeah, Auntie Grace. You agree with him?
To an extent, yeah. To an extent. If you actually look at what is happening there, like he said, instead of you to call emergency services, people are there busy taking videos and praying. Is it prayer that will now revive the two friends, that passed? There are no amenities. They are not even aware. They didn't know what to do to an extent, but it could also be vindictive in a way. But then he's saying the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think it's time. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, Sister Yinka. Sister Yinka, you want to go first?
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's time for. I mean, we already know as Nigerians how it is. I always I say that going to Nigeria, you can't say you're going to Nigeria that you're going for vacation in Nigeria. To me, when you say you're going to Nigeria on vacation, I'm like, okay, so when you get back, you're gonna need like another 1 week vacation, right? To get yourself together, 1 week or two, because when you're going to Nigeria, it is what it is. But we love our country regardless, and of course, when you see something like this, if you're going to vacation in Nigeria, oh my God, I would say just stay where you are. If you're in Lagos, stay in Lagos. Don't travel. I have an uncle that goes to Akure when he gets to Lagos. You know he flies, right? He flies from Lagos. He doesn't get on the road. He flies from Lagos to, I don't even know what airport is that. Some local small airport like that he flies to, and then drives to his house in Akure. He doesn't go through that road. And this is someone that goes to Nigeria twice a year just because they're trying to avoid stuff like this.
This guy is in serious pain.
Stuff like this. And even Anthony Joshua getting out of that vehicle, and I'm looking at him. Do you know what internal injuries are? They don't know that. They're just, of course, they're doing their best to get him out of the vehicle. And it's so unfortunate that things like this have to happen. But Nigeria is not, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm going to Nigeria for vacation right now. I don't know. If you want to go to Nigeria, good luck to you. But if I were to go, I would stay in Lagos, do what I need to do, and get the heck out of there. But I would not be on the road because even Lagos is not even safe. So
Did you hear when I shared my experience in 2022?
Auntie, I quickly heard you. I heard you loud and clear. I
Okay.
heard you. It's like
To
you
me,
landed. And once you land in Nigeria,
I decided to go by air, isn't it? What did I see? I thought I was going to die.
once you
Yeah.
land in Nigeria, it's that you start to pray. From the time you hit that welcome to Nigeria and the breeze hits you, you start to pray. Start
thank
another
God.
fasting and praying session until the day that you get into the plane and you're in the air and there's no turbulence. Then you're like, okay, you can pause the prayer now.
Thank God. See, Yinka is the one that said he's not coming from it.
It's real.
When you enter Nigeria, your chances of survival is like 50-50. I'm sorry. Even if it's not less than that.
That's why you see everybody resorting to prayers.
Anything can happen in Nigeria. Anything can happen anywhere in the world. But at least in Western world, you see the effort. You see what the government is doing to avoid the situation. So if it happens, it's going to be like an extreme situation. But anyway, Shitinka, I paused this video because of you, my sister. I don't know if you can see this video. Can you see Shitinka?
Yes, Uncle Beno, I can see
I wanted you to observe something based on the angle we were exploring earlier. Just watch this. You see the traffic?
Yes.
Now watch when the camera pan back to the vehicle.
Okay.
You see the position of the vehicle?
Yeah.
My sister, that's not a vehicle that is overtaking. Just look at the line, the marker in the middle of the road, and where the vehicle is going. That is a vehicle that is avoiding collision. I'm just speaking from my own experience of driving on highway.
Okay, no, you're most likely right. I'm just wondering if this is not after the car, because we're told the car lost control. So this position, is this position the position the car assumed after it lost control? Or this is the position in which the collision happened and then the car stopped motion? Okay. If this is where the car stopped motion, then you're completely right. I see what you mean.
Yes. And then another thing I also consider is this. This vehicle, we have HDA. My car has HDA, highway driver assist. I don't know. I don't drive Lexus. I don't know how long it takes before it kicks in. But for like my own vehicle, as soon as my speed is going above 40 miles an hour, the HDA we engaged. Now it will engage, but it will not be actively engaged, but everything is at light. Now, if I'm speeding anything above 60, I usually engage it myself. Because the point is, if you engage the HDA, you can count the number of vehicles you want your vehicle to brake. Like you can count the number of vehicles in front of you that you want your vehicle to brake. So in the case of somebody stopping abruptly, the HDA will kick in and help you with the driving. So most time it helps a lot to avoid sudden collision and things like that. And this is a modern vehicle. So I'm just trying to walk myself around what really went down here. And then again, if you look at the damage to this vehicle, that should be a lot of speed.
It was definitely speeding. The damage is ridiculous. It's not it's not the kind of damage an airbag could have protected from. It literally chopped the car into bits.
That's a lot of speed. Because
and you know how sometimes these drivers driving VIPs, sometimes they drive in ways that are overwhelming for other road users.
Yeah.
So it could have been that.
Okay, good question. And I see Auntie Yinka is also exploring the same thing now. I can't believe this guy is actually traveling in Nigeria without an escort. Now, for me, with my own little experience, when you are driving with an escort in front, it saves you from a lot of sudden accident. Because whatever might be going on in front of you, the escort vehicle will be the one to be there first. while you're coming behind. So if AJ actually travel without an escort, I think the blame is on him. That means maybe because he's an Ijebu boy, because I believe AJ is from Ijebu, right?
Uncle Ben.
He's from Ogun.
Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben is about to fight you.
No. I'm not going to fight him. I'm not going to fight. I don't want to support what he's saying. The truth of the matter is that he's an Ogun boy, as you said. I think he lives somewhere. I mean, he's somewhere around that Jebu side. That's where he came from. However, but based on what you are just analyzing now, he does not have any escort. He doesn't drive with an escort.
Okay, if he doesn't have an escort, then that means AJ is a reckless guy.
No, he goes to Nigeria thrice a year, from what his uncle said. He probably feels like he's super familiar with all of this.
I said earlier on.
Nigeria so regularly. He doesn't feel. He feels like an Omonile, like a son of the soil. Doesn't feel like he needs all that protocol.
That still doesn't matter. If you are going to Nigeria, and I give this advice to people all the time, Nigeria is not a place you let your guards down. It's not a place you let. Anything can happen to you in Nigeria. Nobody knows who in Nigeria. Sometimes some people just let celebrity status get into their head. In Nigeria, nobody cares. And especially when you are inside a vehicle. It not be until they open your car door, you wind down your window before somebody will say, this is who is in there. You feel me, my sisters? It's stupid for him not to have an escort. Let's call a spade a spade.
Uncle Ben, no, some of this. Oh, sorry, Auntie Sister Yinka. Some of our people who just believe totally in that country. When I saw this girl driving his father's car, and he said the whole tire got condemned until she drove into where she was going to, and the aboki that opened the gate said, "Look at your tire, Kora Obidi." They just have this belief, oh, my fatherland is safe. This is what they do. It's not only Anthony Joshua. Do you not see her VDM role? They just believe what they believe in. Okay, look at our Zadi. Is Zadi going to go in convoy or whatever? They just believe in what they believe in. It's me and you that are talking about this convoy, talking about security. They believe in that place. They believe what they believe in. That's how I see them.
See, if you live in Nigeria, you are not driving, you are not using convoy where you have money, you are at risk yourself.
Exactly.
Because everybody knows that in Nigeria, if you want to be safe, you need to provide your own security at all times.
Uncle Beno, Tinubu said no more security for private people, even for public people. And private security is rarely available. So it's a tough ask. If it was before that, people had you could pay to get policemen to. I'm sure he may have had security at that time. But these days now, in the last few months, nobody can pay for private security anymore in terms of for police escorts. So people are having to, in the last 3 months in particular, it's been acute. Even the Senate people are complaining. And Senator Natasha had to say that, well, her own personal security was removed. So why is the Senate complaining now? Not that she was taunting them, but what happened to her, what they did to her has now been done even to senators. And
I missed that too. That's a very good one though.
Yeah. To senators. Now senators cannot have escorts. Are we saying so honestly I agree with you, but it's rough because the private security industry is not equipped enough for people to say, because who is going to be the bouncer for Anthony Joshua that he cannot be both the bouncer and the person that steps to him? Except if they're armed.
But in the case like this, I don't see him traveling alone. It doesn't make no sense. There should be at least one other vehicle in front of him for a reason. Anyway, Chucky, your network is really not connecting. I don't know what happened. I can see you, but it's saying device not connected. Another angle people are exploring, I'm sorry to say this, but we have to examine it too as Africans. Some people are saying there is some spiritual connotation to this.
Uncle Ben, before you go,
abroad
sorry.
and in
Sister
local.
Yinka wanted to say that before. Sister Yinka wanted to sit down,
No.
so let her talk a bit.
Okay. Mr. Yiku.
No, I actually that was going to be my number 2, but I'm not going to say that one. I'll let Uncle Ben take that one. I wanted to say though that who says that he didn't have an escort?
I'm
Mhm.
just saying, it doesn't seem like
No,
he
I'm just Uncle Ben. I'm just saying. Who says we are saying that he doesn't have one? But who says that he didn't actually have one and they are just not seen anymore because something happened that we do not know about? It's Nigeria after all.
Mm.
Do you
Like,
understand what I mean?
like the escort disappeared. The escort
Or
jackpot.
maybe this guy
Auntie
was
Yinka,
being tailed.
I don't think that could happen. I don't think that
Uncle
that could have
Ben.
happened.
It's
No,
not
no.
it's not
If
about
The
it's
reason,
not about them.
wait
Wait,
to
no,
Uncle Dayo,
because
there is
it's not about
possibility
them.
of what Antisitor Ayeka is saying to be right. Maybe they are chasing him. Is that
Maybe
what
they're
it is
chasing
saying?
them. And maybe it's a code,
chasing
maybe it was a
them.
job.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was a job. Who knows? I mean, come on. This is Nigeria, man.
This is
I mean, my
Nigeria.
mind is just going, like in all directions here. Now, for
Yes,
So
now.
example,
my mind didn't
speculation,
go that far. Yeah,
allegedly,
yeah.
you have an escort, they're going, the escort already has the details that there's a plan going down.
Mhm.
When it gets to a certain point, you disappear and we take it from there.
Maybe they
Hey,
want to kidnap him. He just won 92 million
Uncle Ben, it's
from fighting
Nigeria.
before.
Like a
I just told
conspiracy. Like
you.
a conspiracy, right?
Oh,
And all of a
Okay now.
guys,
sudden,
Okay now.
there's no escort anymore
this
because
feels
the
a
Don't
escorts
little
are
scatter
not there.
far-fetched.
table,
I'm not gonna
no.
lie.
Hey,
This
Mm.
feels far-fetched.
allegedly,
Don't
Because
scatter
if
table.
that was the case, there would be an interception, not a stationary hazard. This was a
No, they
stationary
could be
hazard.
chasing them. They could be chasing them.
They
And they
could
are
be chasing
Then
them.
they should have caught them by the time the thing stopped, or the day once they saw them, they ran away.
yes.
Or Anthony would have said, look behind you. Then he will run when the vehicle stopped. I feel like this is a little far-fetched.
Escort already had the details of what was going to go down. You get to that point, you move out of the way. You go your way and you let us take it from there. I mean, come on, we
So
watch all
what
this
would
in
they
the
have
movies.
done? They wouldn't have been a stationary hazard. That's mistake.
But they already know that the truck is there. If they didn't get hit by the truck, something else could have happened. What if
This
they were
feels
trying to
like
capture
Ghost.
them?
Did you watch? Was it Ghost Dad? Where something like there were 3 options of what could have fired him that day, and then all the things happened, but none of them fired him until the 4th one.
Sis, I
I
used to
just
watch all
think
these
like this
movies
is
growing up, and I kind of found out that a lot of these things that are in the movies are actually things that happen in the real life. So let's bring it here.
So if he was spiritual, why did he leave while the other 2 people died?
Auntie Grace, that one is another one. No.
Now,
Sister Yinko, you're the queen of conspiracy.
Hey, God
no.
Almighty.
These are possibility. He's a boy from Ijebu. He might be cooked.
Oh, Ben, no.
Look at let me play the video for you again. See his position now. Nothing touches him, nothing. He was isolated. This is Grandma's boy. He was going to visit Grandma. You see him? I can't
That boy
even
walked
believe this
away
was the accident.
clean.
You see him?
He was
That
just
boy
in the
walked
right place
away
at the right
clean.
time. That's
Ah,
all. It happens. There are people who are in the right place at the right time.
Chucky said, conspiracy. Nah, his village people came for him.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, dear.
Okay,
You are not going to kill me.
now, the 2 guys that lost their lives,
I mean, look at that car.
that is horrible. That is painful. I don't know that guy one-on-one, but I've seen a lot of his videos. Is this Sina? The other guy, he's
Sina and Latif.
Yeah, that's Sina. I see a lot of
So
videos.
sad.
He's a very sweet guy, always smiling, very, very relatable kind of guy. Now, I don't, frankly speaking, honestly speaking, Anthony Joshua and those guys, they've been together for like ever. I don't see him recovering from this. Although he's rich, maybe they can get him therapy and all of that, but that is a terrible thing to happen to a guy, losing the 2 of your best guy in the same accident. First, I forgot the terminology they used to describe when somebody is
Survivor's guilt.
Yes,
Is it?
survivor's guilt. Yeah, like, come on, why would you guys go and so this is crazy. This doesn't look good on us at all. And Nigerian government is always doing terrible job when it comes to PR. Situations like this needed to be managed in such a way that at least it should have reflect how far we have come. But I don't see that here. Rather, one of the people that spoke about this was even attacking Attorney Joshua himself as if it was his fault this happened. I don't know. So now to the two friends, what could be done for their family now in a situation like this? Frankly speaking, they are supposed to sue Nigeria government. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
but no, let me tell you what I think. Sorry to interrupt you. If Nigeria wants to be serious about using this as a teachable moment, they'll pass some enforcement regulations and name them after Sina and Latif. And those things will be very firmly adhered to in terms of road safety and road usage.
Absolutely.
So it would be something like road markings and road signs, and to be the Latif Sina road regulation. And everybody will be required, even current drivers, you'll be required to, within 1 year, you need to go and take those courses. And if you don't take it, your driver's license will be revoked.
Yeah.
So if we want to rule with heart, because we don't rule only with laws, we rule with heart. If you want to rule with heart, those are things that will be done to memorialize them forever.
Yeah. And finally, as we're about to leave now, I've always been saying one thing about Nigerians and our collective response to situations. First off, thousands of Nigerians, they lose their life like this every year to ghastly motor accidents, negligence, bad driver, bad road usage, just name it. Accident, they happen anyhow for Nigeria all the time. But it doesn't gain attention like this because it involves Attorney Joshua, right? Now, one other thing I do emphasize all the time about our attitude in Nigeria is that we don't know how to hold or to hold those in power accountable and responsible for what happened to we, the masses. There's still going to be some people now that will be defending politicians and all of that. And that will be coming from a place of ignorance. So what can we do? Please help me, my sisters and bro. What can we do to get these politicians to actually value the life of Nigerians? Politicians don't ply these roads. They fly jets all the time. Dangote was lamenting on a show. I saw a short clip of that where he said sometimes when you go to Nigerian airport, you can't even find a space to park your private jet, that there is private jet all over the place. A politician that is flying from Ogun to Abuja, from Ondo to Benin to Kano, they don't use this road. How would they really feel the impact of what we the masses are talking about? So how can we get them to do the right thing? Shanumi, help me. Let me start with you, Auntie Grace, as your final take, ma. How can we get Nigerian politicians to do the right thing? What can we do?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because Nigerian politicians never do the right thing to start with. Even when you see them coming abroad, going to France, going to UK and all that, I don't think when they get to these places, they go in convoy. They go on the road, they obey all the road signs, they see all of these. They don't go home to put it in place, right? So now me and you, we are here talking. And then if you go back there, people that are there will not even say anything to blame the government. All you can hear is that the road is good, the road is good. At the end of the day, they will be blaming maybe the driver. So I do not really know if everybody needs to speak. I don't know how Nigerian government can respond to anything. I don't know. Because they don't respond to anything. They do not consider life. They don't value life. All they care about is just their own belly, whatever. So I don't know. We are talking with it here. Is this platform enough for them to hear? Will enough people talk about it? We are rather concerned about Pastor Chris and Doris. Not because we are concerned about them. We are just concerned about how many people that are following us in our own, to feed our own tummy, unfortunately. So government, I don't know what we're going to do because they won't listen, they won't do nothing because they do not value life. They don't even think about people like us who are gripped in fear to visit that land. Me especially, they don't think about it. So I don't know what we can do. Maybe we keep talking about it. Who is going to hold them accountable, and who is going to be accountable? Who is going to be responsible? I don't know. Are they going to investigate it like she think I just said? If they were going to pass some laws and then put into place to remember these two people that died, that alone will appease this family, especially if they are from the UK, because that is what they do. If anything happens, you see them talking about the incident until they pass a law and then they kind of make it in memory of those people. That alone will appease the family. But Nigerian politicians can never do the right thing. Maybe they should sue them. When they pay, they probably will learn to do something.
Thank you, Auntie Grace. In fact, me and you, we did the same lane. If they sue them, that money when they spend, if they come out and take and go settle international incident, maybe their head go begin correct. But thank you, Auntie Grace. We'll see tomorrow again because I got to go. But thank you for hanging out with me, Auntie Grace. God bless you, man.
Thank you so much. Good night, my people. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Good night,
Auntie
yes,
Grace.
Good night.
Yeah.
Bye. Yeah.
Oh, why? She thinker. Biko, what can we do to fix this problem? Oh, Shitika is gone. All right, good. Chucky is in the building, but make I release other people so that me and Chucky go close. Uncle Dio, what will be the solution? How we go fit take rescue your fatherland, Uncle Dio? Because right now, I'm no longer from that
place. You mean suddenly it has not become my fatherland now? It's no longer your fatherland, Uncle Beno.
No, it's your fatherland, Okudaya. How do we rescue your
fatherland? Anyway, first thing first, the thing is that we have so many laws, but it is the implementation that is giving us the problems in this country. Nigeria is very, very poor at implementing our laws. And when you do implement it, they normally implement it selectively. Some people are usually above the law. Mm-hmm. That's why we are where we are today. There are laws. In fact, we have more than enough laws in this country for everything that is happening. But our problem is not making of legislation. Our problem is implementing those laws and then enforcing them the right way, which we have failed to do. Now, what we can do if we don't want to have this kind of a thing going forward again, right, we have to embark on mass education of the masses. Mm-hmm. Particularly people that call themselves drivers, we have to embark on mass education for them to be able to know the rules and regulations and safety measures to carry out on our roads. That's number one. Number two, you made mention of something earlier on about road signs. Our signs are no longer visible. Now on this particular highway, on this Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, the signs that are supposed to be guiding the speed limits, they are there, but you hardly see them. And then we're supposed to have as strategic positions ambulances. Now we have more than enough police on that road because that's what police could get there first. They are there always to do their checkpoints and then to always allegedly take their own tip off from the so-called drivers. That one is normal. But we need to have station ambulances at a particular kilometer from each other on that highway, because that's a very, very busy highway. That one we are free to do. If we have that, and the issue of hard shoulder that we talk about, we have to start now to implement it. Now, can I tell you one crazy thing? If there's any accident on that road, for any rescue vehicle to come there, they have to go one way, pass the other lane, to go and look for the turning ahead of that road, and then pass one way to come to that scene. They cannot come from back because they will have blocked everywhere. It's as bad as that. And that has always been the way they have been trying to like solve problem in Nigeria. If there's a road problem on a particular highway, no vehicle can come from that road again. They must pass one way on the other road to go and turn around to come and face before they can get to where that accident happens. Because there's no other way they could pass through. But if they can implement that hard shoulder, it will be easier for them to move to come to where the whole thing happened. So that for one, I think we need to put it into place. Otherwise, we are not ready.
Thank you, Uncle Dayo. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow, sir. I really appreciate your presence. God bless you, sir. Say me well to my sister, Uncle Dayo, okay? And ready for protest. You are going to lead protest very soon, Uncle Dayo. You go day front, Sister Rose will follow. The rest of us go day behind the two of you. All right, sir. Good night. Okay. Sister Yinkus, I don't hold you here for too long. I know you are very busy, my sister. And you and Abby, you still have a show coming up shortly. So, Sister Yinka, your final thought, man. How can we fix this wahala?
Uncle Ben, I will have to say that at this point, when it comes to Nigeria, I'm at a loss for words because there's so much that needs to be done. Like, where do you even start? Is it from educating the people or for the government to do the right thing? It's a lot that goes into it. Are we talking about, educating people as far as, the road signs and all of that? How many people know all of these all of these that we've talked about, the markings, the emergency signs and all of that? How many people know about that? Do they know what they need to do even to handle the vehicle? Do they even understand that the vehicle is a weapon and not a toy that they can just maneuver anyhow? So there's a lot that goes into play here. And I honestly, Uncle Ben, I'm not someone who's usually speechless, but on this one, I'm going to have to take a bow because it's just too much.
I know.
It's too much because where do you start from? We know everything that everybody has said is amazing and is good, that they should be doing all of these things, but it would never be done. We know that. I mean, it's been happening. I know that they say, continue to talk about it and that it gets to a point that they will get it done. Uncle Ben, let's talk about everything that we've talked about in Nigeria. It's not one that has been done. Not one.
Yeah, they never did. You're right.
It just gets worse. If they happen to do anything, it's just because they do it because maybe they're going to actually profit from it at that very time. But once their time is gone, the next person does not follow up. They don't continue. So where do we go? Overhaul. That's all I have to say. Overhaul.
May God help us.
Amen. Thank you, Uncle Ben, for having me. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Auntie.
Have a blessed day, sir.
God bless you.
Yes, sir. Have a great day, sir.
Right. Yeah, thank you. I'm looking at what this guy shared. Reno Omokri, I've started again, but I'm not going to read anything from Reno Omokri. It's annoying. I won't even touch it. My brother Chucky, you're here. Sister, how you said in November I was in traffic for 6 hours on the highway, and it hit me that there are no exits on the highway. Sorry, Sister Oyi. I told you, once you are in Nigeria, your chances are like 50-50 in everything. Chucky, what's up, my brother? What are your thoughts on this?
It's very... can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you, Baba.
Okay. It was very unfortunate, this thing happening in Nigeria. This is AJ being a very popular person. This is one of many in a year. The statistics is that high because AJ is a very popular person. That's when everything comes out. But if you want to look at the whole statistics of what has happened, it's a lot. Now, I will let me give you a very typical example when I was in Nigeria. Could you believe that an FRC person stopped me on the road and says to me that I cannot use my UK license in the country there to drive? I was shocked. I was really shocked. So if an FRC guy don't know that you can use your UK license to drive in our country, is it the drivers that know anything about driving?
It's crazy. Maybe he probably thought you want to intimidate him.
No, I had to print out FRC. No, I had to go to the website and bring out that I can use my UK license in this country for 3 months. They didn't know about that. They wanted to seize my cars at that time. And telling them that I'm not driving this thing. So is it that the drivers that you want to educate how to drive? I still drive in Lagos. But I've given up driving all the way from Lagos all the way to the east because it's so dangerous as it is right now.
Please don't even do it. Driving from Lagos to east, and that's too risky, my brother.
You see, now the thing, to me, there is no speed limit in that country there because Ogidaya mentioned something between 80 kilometers and 100 kilometers. No, these guys do 150. If you're doing 80 or 100, do you know how close they are behind you? They don't observe that 3-second distance. So, even when I say, "Oh, Nigeria to sue me," it don't tire me. So I don't know how they're going to try to solve this driving solution. I don't know how. I just don't know. Probably the. To me, if I had the power, right, I would just take away everybody's car and count the whole thing and just nobody drives. See, they actually get everything correct. And also, corruption is a part of it.
Yeah, heavy one. Serious corruption.
Just corruption. So you just like you have to give somebody a key, you give that person a key to drive a car, and that's it. He's got himself a license.
Yes. And they don't care.
All of a sudden, and they don't care. They don't look at mirrors when they do that. They are James Bond into intersections. They change lanes, they switch lanes, they reverse without even looking back. They don't even know what a 3-point turn is. They don't even know what a zebra crossing is. If I stop in a zebra crossing with my own experience driving, oh my God, you're in trouble. The drivers there are not educated when it comes to driving.
I know, my brother.
So the solution to this is going to be very difficult. Very, very difficult.
Usually, solution comes when it happens to one of their family. I mean, all these politicians, when a member of their family gets involved and it's painful to them, then they start working towards how to fix it.
This AJ situation, nothing is going to be done. Nothing is going to be done.
Of course,
nothing is going to be done about it. And you tell me because of AJ, that's when they have to wake up and do the roles where they have to do. No, that's not. All they want now is that AJ is good. It's fine. Tomorrow, it's going to happen. It's not going to be a national issue.
You're right. You're right, my brother.
So it's not unfortunate because at the end, it's nothing. You can't do anything about this kind of situation. Okay, now if I say to you now that Lagos State now decides to go serious with driving license and also driving with get yourself educated driving, does not stop. What about the rural areas, the villages?
Absolutely.
Did they get that kind of information? No.
We have a long way to go, my brother. We have a long way to go. All right, Baba Choki, I got to go now.
Absolutely.
We're going
Yes,
to come back to hang out with Abby and Sister Yinku's Pepe. They want to review the things people should not continue to do in 2026. They want to review all the things we do in 2025 that we should leave behind in 2025 and not take it to 2026. I think that show is going to be fun. It will be.
I will talk about Abby here.
Yeah, Abby and Abby is going to have Recap Central shortly, maybe in about an hour. And I think I will be hanging out with her. Of course, we will be here. May we see all the things we have been one may we they do for 2026.
I can guarantee you one thing. He doesn't want me to call you Uncle UB in 2026. Impossible.
Okay. Uncle Patrick is asking, UB and Rufam, what is wrong with high school kids doing driving lessons with private driving schools as it is done in the US? Uncle Patrick, do you mean Nigeria? I don't even know how they do anything learning or driving in Nigeria. Man, no lie.
Can I answer that question?
Yeah.
I'll give Uncle Patrick a very good example now. My driver taught me how to drive back in the 90s, 2000s. There was nothing.
Your driver teach you how to drive?
My dad's driver taught me how to drive.
Your dad driver. Oh.
Yeah, as of that time.
Okay.
I don't know what is zebra crossing, what is traffic lights and everything. This is the same situation that's happening today.
Exactly.
Number one, you're looking at cost. You're looking at cost of driving in the country there. Ignorance plays a part. Corruption plays a part.
Yeah. We have a long way to go anyway.
We have a long way to go.
Maybe we'll come back and we talk more on this depending on the developing story. Even myself, I didn't go to driving school to learn how to drive in Nigeria. In fact, I started learning how to drive when I bought my first car. Is that not crazy? Like the first time I'm driving, it is my own car. The very day I bought the car, that's the very day I start driving.
Yeah, that's what's happening in Abuja at this moment now. Abuja have good roads in Abuja now. But you know that in Abuja now, they're using it for speed lanes now. What's it called? Car racing and everything like that. And these are youngsters with no license.
Yep.
No driving experience whatsoever.
Okay, sister, you could say Sister and Honey Babe, they are joining the show we have next. Oh, it's gonna be hot. Everybody be ready. Sister, how you say they do that in Nigeria? They are driving schools, but how many people attend? Absolutely.
Exactly.
Pataiwo, that's Uncle Patrick. There are driving schools in Nigeria, but majority don't learn from them. I went to a driving school in Lagos, and don't make fun of me. And don't make fun of me in the previous show. Biba, you know, say una we be boti. Una we be boti. You guys usually do the right thing because money day. But at times it all depends anyway. Like my own kid, I taught my daughter how to drive. From the first day to how she's driving now, I taught her how to drive. But that is allowed in the US anyway.
It's also allowed in the UK also. As long as they hit 17, as long as they hit 17 years old, you can teach them how to drive. But because you are an experienced driver, you know what to do. Over there is trying from one bad driver to another. So that's the cycle that is going on in Nigeria.
I just look at. I can't be paying how much is it $60 or $100 per session, say for something. How much do I do your driving school that they charge? I just told my daughter, girl, I ain't paying nothing for a driving school.
Same as me.
In the car. Let's go driving.
Same as me. I'm not paying that kind of money.
No. Get in the car, let's go driving. And now she drives good, but it's just that she can't drive alone. Based per our traffic regulation, somebody must be by her side anytime she's driving. So that's why she's costing me a lot of Uber money these days. If she's going to work, I'm not available. I have to pay for Uber because I don't want her to drive without somebody sitting by her side. And for herself, she's even lucky. She's driving like, she don't drive like 3 types of car now. So during my time, we don't get that kind of one. I bought my first Honda Civic before I started driving in Nigeria. Chucky, you know what's crazy? I've had my driver's license in Nigeria 2 years before I learned how to drive. I
can't do that in the UK.
I hope they correct that rubbish now. 2 years I've been carrying
what kind of driver license are we talking about? Because in the UK we have something called provisional license before you can get the
real authentic VIO Bureau Safety approved driver's license. No be fake.
Oh, in Nigeria,
yes.
Oh yes, that's what it is. It's money.
You get 2 good years. I still get the driver's license here. I carry a copy.
Well, that's the corruption with that me and you are talking about. They're not supposed to issue that kind of thing. In the UK, for example, before you start driving, they'll give you something called a provisional license.
Yeah.
Provisional license. So you must be with an experienced driver of more than 3 years plus. In Nigeria, giving you full license when you don't know how to drive, that's the problem. That's where the corruption is.
Unfortunately, it is what it is. Anyway, thank you for hanging out with me, my brother Choki. I gotta go now. Let me go to this gym. Go cancel this membership. These people are crazy. I'll see you guys with in Recap Central. I will be in the comment. At least I will be able to throw jabs as much as I wanted. Chucky, be available. Your baby sister is going live. She's supposed to invite you to be special guests today, Seth. May we just hear on our 2 bars boost small.
Like the other night,
I say yes, you can get the license before you can even drive. No one confirms anything as long as you have money. It's like you can say in Maryland, you have to have a certain number of hours with the driving school, even if you already learn how to drive. Oh, it's not like that here in Texas. In Texas, so far somebody can sign up that they will be there to teach you, and you indicate you want to learn privately. You don't finish. They give you temporary driver's permit, and you go ahead with it. Isn't that madness to get a driving license when you don't know how to drive? What's the alone? The driver's license work when it's supposed to work. All right, Chucky, thank you, my brother. We'll catch up shortly. Yeah, thanks. All right, thanks everybody for hanging out with us. Shout out to people watching from Jiku's Pepe channel. I see you guys. I see you. Sunday Olu, how are you doing? I see Nasipi Masha, thank you. Remy, what's up? How you doing? Okay, first you say his 2 friends passed away. It's so sad. Yeah, it's absolutely sad. May their soul rest in peace. I also pray for Anthony Joshua. This is really, really sad. If you follow Anthony Joshua, you will tell that he's a happy dude. I don't think people like Anthony Joshua have issue with anybody. But I hope the Nigerian government will conduct a comprehensive investigation to tell us at least how this happened, and not this blame shifting or trying to gaslight people about it all. No, we know no system is perfect, and accident can happen anywhere in the world. Let me say that again. Accident happens anywhere. In fact, here in America, accident happen almost all the time, almost every day, safe, because of overspeeding and other things you can't even fathom. But the point is, do the government put all the necessary effort in place to at least try to avoid it? Then when it happens, we know it happens. But not government failing in their own responsibility and then try to push narrative. We don't want all of that. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye for now.
turn 'em up. We outside tonight. Oh yeah. Everybody move your body.
From the moment that the beat drop low, see everybody start to move slow. Left leg, right leg, bend down small. When the bass enter, now there we fall. No stress, no wahala tonight. Only good vibes under city lights. If you come here with your people, then the enjoyment till the morning, yeah.
Hands up high, feel this sound. Let the rhythm turn you around. When the DJ touch the control,
now your body go lose control.
Dance time, DJ turn 'em up. Body they move, we know they stop. Hands up high, make you wine and rough. Now dance time, DJ turn 'em up. Dance time, DJ turn 'em up. From the front to the back, everybody pop. Leg walk clean, make your shoulder drop. Now dance time, DJ turn 'em up.
Everybody fresh, sweat for body vibe correct. Sax they cry, lock drum they knock. Every step you take, now fire you drop. See the way your waistline they talk. When you whine, I'm slow time go pause. No need form, no need shy. Tonight now we own this car.
Hands up high, feel this sound. Let the rhythm turn you around. When the DJ touch the control, now your body go lose control. Dance time, DJ turn 'em up. Body they move, we know they stop. Hands up high, make you wine and rough. Now dance time, DJ turn 'em up. Dance time, DJ turn 'em up. From the front to the back, everybody pop. Leg walk clean, make a shout out drop. Now dance time, DJ turn 'em up. Lock drum, enter. Sax make it blow. If you ready, shout, oh yeah. Oh, left, right, bend down low. Wine up fast, wine up slow. From the floor to the door, we go dance till we no feel no more.
Morning don't come, but we still there, yeah. Music too sweet, make we disappear. One more song, one more round. Now this kind night, memories found. If tomorrow, what do you want, show face? Tonight we put on for another place. Life too short, make we enjoy. I'm now as the beat
You are
they
watching
play, we
Political
no go
Roundtable with
back.
UB. Like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the
Dance time,
comments.
DJ turn 'em up. Everybody jam, make the whole place rock. No darling, no time to stop. Now dance time, DJ turn 'em up. Dance time, DJ turn 'em up.